Alpha doesn't mean like fucking roid munching, like impose your will on everybody.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to episode 4 of BlessedPod. Today we have a very special guest. They're all special. All the guests are special. But this is probably it's been highly anticipated. Actually, it's been on my to-do list and been on my calendar, and I actually highlighted it in red because I was really looking forward to this one. So just to give you a bit of background, this guy. Oh, wow, this is a funny story. So I hit him up on Instagram, bro. Slid in this guy's DMs, and I'm like, he wasn't responding to me, and I'm like, hit him up on Facebook, bro. I'm a salesman, so I got to hit him up from different angles, and yeah, he finally got back to me, and then I'm like, bro, I got to meet you. I'm a fucking fan, and I met him. I actually went to where he was at, in Macquarie. Met up with him. Spoke for a while. I don't know. I hope I gave him a good vibe, but I think we've been close ever since. We keep in touch. We, I guess, hold each other accountable, and with that network that I guess really kind of pushes each other, and we check in on each other as we should when we're trying to do great things. He's a man of many things. He's got a lot of skill, a lot of talent. He's very hardworking. It's probably no talent. It's just all hard work. And without further ado, I'd like to introduce everyone to the man, RJ. RJ, right? You prefer RJ? Yeah. Welcome, RJ. Welcome to BlessedPod, bro. Happy to have you. Can you tell us a bit about yourself, bro? How are you today?
First of all, what an intro.
Yeah. Of course, bro. I have to give you that intro, bro. Of course, it's well deserved, bro. Of course, 100%.
About myself, where should I start?
Well, I mean, what like whatever, man. Like, tell us a bit about yourself. I mean, I probably didn't do you justice there.
Nah, you did.
I'm pretty sure I didn't, bro. We took notes, and I was actually supposed to read off, and I just forgot about it, bro, because I told you I've been forgetting shit lately. But she had some pretty good notes there. But look, I didn't cover any of that. I could have done a better job. But yeah, man. Like, tell us a bit about yourself. You're a man of many talents, bro. You do many things.
Yeah, I do a lot. I don't even know where to start. So first of all, I'm a digital marketer at Success Resources.
Yes. You digital marketing,
Yeah.
You work at Success Resources. I know you didn't always work at Success Resources, man. You used to work in IT. Even before that, you were in uni. You were kind of all over the shop until you kind of found your groove and you found like where and what path you're going to be going on. So it wasn't always like a lot of people think they know what they're going to do straight off the bat, and they don't. And we've had this conversation before, but like, how did you even get Success Resources, bro? That's a pretty fucking
We're
tough
diving
gig.
into the questions already.
Like, we're getting into it. We're getting into it, but fuck it. We'll head to. We'll just go with the flow, babe. But yeah.
All right.
Yeah, it's a long story. They reached out to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, they
Oh,
reached out to
nice.
me.
Yeah,
They
sick.
They DM'd me first.
They DM'd you.
Yeah, because they wanted like free interns at the start.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
eventually I just started working for them for free for like a year, unpaid.
Oh, I remember you telling me that you used to do a bit of free work for them. Kept in touch. Kept the relationships that you had there.
Yeah.
And then like.
This is while I was working at TPG
Oh
at
yeah,
the
the
time.
other job.
Yeah,
Yeah, right. And then what happened, bro? So I guess they reached out to you, and then like they offered you a job, and then you kind of just went with it. Like you just took it and
Over time, I was hoping they'd give me a spot.
right,
And then after like the year mark, they just decided to give me a shot.
right.
So-
Specifically for digital.
Yeah,
Like-
specifically for Jill. At the start, they gave me like the minuscule tasks, like
Yeah.
the community management, the social media.
Right. Yeah.
And as time went on, I went on to
Are you happy there? How's it going over there, bro?
very,
Yeah.
very.
Bro, I'm so happy to hear because you always kind of been about that, bro. Like, and I think everyone that follows you on Instagram's kind of, I mean, very well impressed. First of all, I mean, every time that I see you putting in that fucking hustle, that hard work. I mean, to be consistent on social like that, and to put the time and effort that you do in your posts and your capture, like just everything that you do there is like pretty spot on, man. It's almost like another full time job, man. Like I know it's not easy. But yeah, man, like, so you're working there now. You're loving it. I mean, I assume that you have no plans on like leaving anytime soon, of course.
Not in the near future.
Yeah. I mean, what's some of the things that you're learning? I mean, I know you're doing e-com on the side. Like, how's all that going? And then you got like, I mean, it's been so long, man. Like, what else have you been up to?
I'm still trying to run an e-commerce business on the side.
Yeah.
And it's eating away a lot of my time.
So. Oh, right. Yeah. So you got a missus, you got the e-com, you got the full-time job.
Yeah.
What else, man? Like, what else are you trying to do? Oh, plus the social, you're doing social and all that.
He's working
out, doing that personal development. That guy's literally, he's
working out's a given.
Yeah, I mean, that's just standard. Yeah, 100%.
Not for everyone, though.
So
you have to make it clear that you do, invest time in that.
Yeah, I mean, this guy is like, he's a freaking, like, he's crazy, man. Like, you have to be crazy to achieve, guys. Like, the shit on his, like, to do and, like, to achieve list, like, it's fucking like you have to be a psychopath to like to get there.
Basically,
like we
he's obsessed.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
My boss Michael Lane talks about this a lot. He says passion isn't enough. You've got to be obsessed.
Yeah, okay, that's a good word. Sorry, you're not a psychopath. You're obsessed, bro. Yeah. Fuck me. That was my bad.
Even psychopaths in
yeah. I mean, that's how I think about it because you have to be fucking crazy. Like in my head, like you have to be crazy. Yeah. And obsessed is probably the better word. But
let's briefly talk about the company that you work for because I don't think everyone knows, especially the people that do listen.
Oh yeah, I'm
podcast.
so sorry. Like
just
assumed everyone knew.
Explain, the company that you work for.
So we bring people like Gary Vee, Tony Robbins, Richard Branson to Australia.
Yeah,
and it's a global company. So America brings it to their country. We've got Malaysia offices. Maybe even Dubai offices.
Yeah. So do they fly you overseas? Not yet.
Not yet.
Not yet. Soon. 100%, bro. Fuck it. Yeah, look, we'll dive into a lot of the questions that we have. That's just a bit of an intro. Success resources, he touched on that. But we'll go into some questions now. We'll try and keep it structured. But for the most part, this is going to be kind of a no-holds-barred type of situation, much like the other podcasts that we do.
Yeah.
And it's just a lot of talking shit on my part. I'm just trying to be I'm just here to talk shit, really. But I know there's a lot of value that you bring, bro, and I'm just going to try and pull as much as I can to give these guys as much as well. I mean,
deliver as much value as
100%, 110%, bro, 110%.
We know you will. We'll first start off with like the BlessedPod intro questions. I just wanted to quickly get them out of the way. Name 3 ways you are blessed today.
3 ways I'm blessed today.
1, 2, 3. You don't have to do 3, but
1, breathing, to be alive.
That's a good one.
That's a good one.
2, you guys. Like I'm blessed to have.
Oh shit! Oh fuck!
Part of my network.
Oh thanks, bro. Appreciate you too. Yeah, I wasn't expecting that, but fuck, I appreciate it, man. Fucking oath.
3.
Yep.
Alive, friends. Oh, just family.
Yeah.
Family's still around.
Yep. 100%.
Alive and well.
We can all agree with that.
Mm-hmm.
Why do you feel blessed?
So number 1 was breathing. Yeah, it's just good to be alive.
Yeah.
Yeah. Every day is a blessing.
Every day is a blessing. 100%. That's true. That's true.
Number 2 was you guys. Like, I love you guys.
Thanks, bro.
I mean, I see you guys often, but
we don't. But when we do, it's it's like
sure.
with time, never really. Yeah. It was never really there. Like we just pick up where we left off, right?
Yeah,
for sure.
And 3, family.
That's almost like a given, bro.
Yeah,
it's like it's given, but like we're grateful.
And especially during the like elder ages, like every day you kind of even wake up.
Yeah.
And, you kind of have an inkling, like.
I know what you mean, man.
Yeah.
Like,
because you wake up. For me, I wake up at 5 a.m. and then do you still bless your mom?
Oh, I'm not that type of fellow.
I
mean, that's pretty adorable, though. That's pretty.
5 a.m., 5:30 a.m. before I leave the door, and then like, oh, thank God, like you guys are still alive.
Oh, bro, you know what? That
starts my day off like fucking perfect.
Bro, that's so important, bro.
Did everyone hear that?
That's like, the fact that it's coming from you as well.
Yeah.
Like, that's just so humbling because I'm like they know I love him, but like, I probably don't say it as much, or I could say it more, or I could just show it in my like my actions and shit. But they know I love him. Like I'm a fucking doofus around them.
Yeah.
I don't know if they perceive that as love, but that's just who I am. I don't fucking know. But I'll probably start doing something like that. That's pretty cool.
Especially with like Filipino parents, I'm not sure if it's the same, but they don't express love
They express love in a weird way.
In a weird way.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think I've ever heard "I love you" from my dad.
Oh, really?
Yeah. But
I
it's a
haven't.
different kind of love.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I know exactly what you mean because I deal with it the same way. And the only way I dealt with it was when you sort of advised me to read that, The Way of the Superior Man book.
Mm-hmm.
And, in that book, he talks about, having a good relationship with your dad and whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he has his own way of, like, or, whatever, like, fathering you.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, it's not the same as, like, the mom's way or whatever.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, like, irrespective of how I feel, like, what things could have been, like, I can't let that, like put that in between, like, that relationship.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, after that book, man, like, after that is like, after you say that as well, I'm like, yeah, okay, fair enough. Like,
I remember I suggested that book to you in the Starbucks.
The Starbucks, Mazen. So after we met, he came down these ways to link up with me. We spent a couple of hours. We chopped it up, had Starbucks, went and ate a Porto, talking mad shit, talking about. Bro, there's so those conversations was like pretty fucking awesome. I mean,
I'm
it's always.
sure we'll get into it.
Yeah. Sorry, babe. Keep us
have you always felt blessed?
Oh.
Was it like a turning point?
Blessed.
Or
I haven't. That's for sure.
Yeah, I've always been kind of grateful for life.
Yeah.
I've never been a kind of narcissist, pessimist. I've always had a positive outlook in life.
Yeah.
But that can be a double-edged sword. Like, people can have a bad day, and I'll be like, someone has it worse, and then they don't want to hear that.
Yeah. I got you. No, 100%, bro. I couldn't agree with you more.
So you have always felt blessed.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
For the most part.
Okay, so now we'll just go straight into the questions. Like, we don't know where this will take us.
Yeah.
But anyway, so I recall that, again, Jono introed you. He DM'd you. He slid in the DMs.
Slid in the DMs,
bro.
What got you to meet up with him?
Oh, that's a very good question, babe. I didn't think
you didn't even know the question.
Okay, so the way it works is like happened? I prepare the questions,
okay.
and then he'll add his stuff, and then I'll add it after.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what was the question again?
So basically, what got you to meet up with Jono?
Bro, that's actually.
So I saw the DM on Instagram first, and because I get kind of DMs like that all the time, and I shouldn't have, but at first I kind of brushed it off. Like,
yeah, that's all right.
Yeah.
I mean, we're strangers, right?
Yeah, we're strangers.
Yeah, 100%. I get it, bro.
And then I see like a message from the same guy on Facebook. I'm like, oh, this guy's kind of like.
I'm being a weird cunt. I'm being a weirdo now, guys. I'll fucking do it.
So what got me to meet up with Jono is probably his perseverance. Like, no one really does that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
But I never heard this from you. I feel like I've never heard this. This is crazy. Like,
I feel like I've told you that.
Oh, I don't know. I'm telling you, I'm forgetting shit lately.
Yeah.
Oh, cuz. That's crazy. Okay, yeah. Perseverance.
That's probably your inner salesman hitting me at all angles.
See, I didn't even know I was a salesman back then. I was just like, okay, cool. Yeah. Like, I was just really keen to meet you. Like I'm not gonna stop unless I've actually known that I tried my hardest.
Yeah.
Like, I wouldn't have just tried one channel and like, oh, he's just a dickhead. Like, that's just not how I work. Like, I would have just kept trying and trying. Like, I'd always give you the benefit of the doubt. Oh, maybe he saw it and he was, he was in the middle of, traveling and he just forgot to reply. That happens. Yeah. So I've always just kind of like, he just forgot.
I think I remember telling Jono that besides him being, what was the word? Perseverant. It's just kind of, you can tell when someone you can vibe with someone. And he kind of had that energy. You remember me telling you this?
Yeah.
I could tell the energy off the start.
Man,
this guy wants it.
Like from the message or from when you met up with him?
The message.
That's fucking. See, it's fucking crazy because it's hard for someone to deliver the emotion and the level of the fucking meaning.
Do you remember what
behind.
you said?
I actually don't. I think I'm just like, bro. I'm like.
I remember him using the word adamant.
Really?
Adamant.
Yeah.
A big word.
Yeah.
Big word.
Big word.
I don't know. I don't know what that means.
It wasn't a long message.
It just sounded fitting. I was like, yeah, adamant to meet you, bro. I think that's all right.
Yeah.
But it totally makes sense, bro. Because the last thing I wanted to do was send you like a fucking essay. Like full fanboying and that. So I'm just like, bro, I'm going to keep it real and just send you a quick one here and that. And he fucking replied. I'm like, this guy's like, and I remember because I literally remember that day because I'm busing to Macquarie. I've never been to Macquarie in my life, bro. So I'm busing there. I'm listening to the Joe Rogan, Mike Tyson podcast. I'm like, bro, I'm fucking about that life now. Personal development. I'm going to get my shit together, bro. And big kudos to Jacob, man, because he actually got me like, to follow you on Instagram.
That's
and then,
right, yeah.
And then that's when it started happening. And then I'm like, bro, this guy, what a sick cunt, bro. Like, there's no one here doing it. Like, I need to meet up with him. Like, this is like you gotta gravitate towards those people, and you gotta hang around them, you know. And at the time, like, you know, I think that's why we have social. Like, you gotta connect with people. Like, that's what it's about. And I'm not gonna like not use it to my advantage. Like, it would have been so much harder back in the day trying to get someone's number, trying to get to the right connections, and you know, siphon it, and like, well, who the fuck are you? Like, I'm not gonna give you his number. Like, and I just got you on fucking Instagram, bro. So yeah, man, that was a fucking funny story. Yeah, perseverance, guys. You need to have perseverance.
There you go.
Oh yeah, bro. So I had like, she asked me to put a bunch of questions together, and I'm like, I was just sitting down, bro, and I'm brainstorming, and I'm like, bang, 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 10 questions, bro, easy. In like 5 minutes, I came up with 10 questions, bro. It was so easy. Anyway, good questions, by the way, babe. Look, I'll get straight into it, bro. What's the toughest? Oh, you've probably seen some of these questions. What was the toughest hurdle you've overcome? And there's probably many, but like that one that was like moment defining. Or like life defining, you know what I mean?
But there actually hasn't been many.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I haven't really kind of faced adversity as much, so that's why I kind of create it in my head, like all the time. Like,
wow.
Yeah. But as far as adversity, I kind of had social anxiety.
Yeah.
Being younger,
like
I wasn't necessarily bullied, but I was kind of like the odd guy out.
Like you're talking about like middle high school or like younger,
yeah,
even younger than that.
Primary.
Yeah, right.
Going towards uni.
Really?
Yeah, I wasn't ever a cool kid.
Really?
Yeah.
Like, what makes you say that though?
Because there was always the cool kids, and then there was like the.
Oh, you like categorized yourself, and you felt like you weren't like that.
Kinda, yeah.
Or is it just because like you just like, I don't know. I don't know what you mean by that, because I felt like I was always weird too. So I'm like, but was I? I don't think I was a fucking cool kid.
So for
but
him,
I wasn't weird.
For Jono, it's like he didn't, or even if he thought that he had enough like self-esteem or self-confidence to be like a guy.
Yeah, bro. I was a fat guy with like confidence. Actually, that's a lie. I don't think I was confident until I was just like, fuck it. Like, just actually, I just said fuck it. And I'm like, who cares? Like, people are gonna like me, people aren't. You probably had the same thing. But like, going back to you, like you had that what, social anxiety?
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah.
And then going to uni, I'd like talking to anyone would like kind of put butterflies on my stomach. Yeah.
Just anyone?
Yeah.
Even your mates or not? Just like
not my mates, like just random people.
Right. Oh, that's
like
that's
people
pretty
in your
normal.
class, or like just in general, like everyday.
Just general everydays.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's like a shopping clerk. It'd be like,
Oh shit.
thank you.
All right.
Yeah, you know,
So
Really?
what? So how did you overcome that, bro? I mean, obviously you had it for a while, and then like what? Like.
YouTube videos.
Oh right. Yeah. Like what
Very
happened?
resourceful there.
YouTube's awesome, but like what?
I just started Googling stuff. Like, I've always been a curious guy, so how to get over social anxiety.
Right.
How to I was single at the time. How to approach a girl.
Yeah. Right.
Like,
Okay.
into, like,
Yeah. Cool.
Game
And
stuff.
Yeah. I remember you guys talking about it with Simi, bro. You guys are full into that.
Yeah.
Not anymore though, because I know you got a missus now. But like, no, that definitely like I totally understand. Like, you were telling me like that the amount of guys that actually experience that, you know, and how many guys actually need help with that is like it's crazy to me, because when I looked into it, I'm like, there's a fucking whole market here.
Oh yeah.
There's such a big market here. I'm like you can really like you can get so much out of this, and I didn't know it was a thing, like a whole dating whatever.
Yeah, it's huge.
But like the whole like social anxiety thing, I know like you finally overcame it. Of course, it took like some time, obviously.
It's not really overcame. Like, sometimes it comes up, but then now I have like kind of
Like
ways to get through it.
Right.
So basically, like, you know how to deal with it.
Yeah.
Right. So you like you feel it coming, and then you're like, I could react this way, but I'm like, nah, fuck that.
Yeah.
And then
So
you
it's
just
like
go
any
there.
skill you practice.
Yeah. Right. Okay. So you overcame that, and like now you, obviously you're
What
doing
has
well.
it done for you? Like, what
Confidence. He
What
has
has
a
it done for
missus
you
now.
You know?
Got
I
a
wouldn't
job.
be here if it weren't for like not getting over that. I probably wouldn't have said yes to Jono. 'Cause
Right.
that would've, like crippled me to
Yeah.
the point of just not even replying to him.
Oh, right.
I probably wouldn't even move with SR because
Yeah.
like they generally like me for being.
So, okay, I know what this really comes down to. You're just really getting out of your comfort zone.
yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And like, since doing that, like, I mean, obviously, getting out of your comfort zone, it's not easy for everyone, but a lot of people by default stay in their comfort zone.
Yeah.
And then they're just like, oh, like, well, this is good. and they're just sitting comfortably.
Yeah.
And I totally get it, but like if you want to like do other things, you have to get out of there. And we spoke about this before. But as far as the next question, bro, that whole anxiety thing, bro, totally. We can definitely go on for ages about that. But then as far as the next question, bro, you actually pretty much answered 2 questions. So my other question was going to be around an insecurity, and was that?
Yeah.
That was around. Yeah. It's pretty much the same thing, right?
Yeah.
So you overcame that. Obviously, it's a skill that you want to like build upon and shit. And it's still something that something that you're working on. Obviously, we're all working on it as well.
If anyone's shy that's listening, meditation.
Oh, babe, I don't know. I think she's shy. What do you?
It depends. Like, it depends who I'm with.
Yeah.
Like, if he's not around, I'm honestly the person that's gonna go up to you and just like, hey, like, you know, how are you going?
Weird, right?
Like,
The
I'm like
kind of
that.
masks that we put on for different kind of situations.
Yeah.
Why are you like that? When how come
No,
you like that?
because you're the more like overpowering one. So it's like literally, I'm just like, okay, I'll just let you talk to these people. Like,
Yeah.
I'm just gonna. Like,
Yeah, but
hold
why?
back. I don't know.
I'm confused. Anyway.
There's less work for me to do. When
Okay.
we're in
But
a
are you
group
alright with
of
that,
people. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well,
I tell
Hashtag
people
Dr.
that.
Phil.
yeah. I'm like,
I tell people.
I never
that.
thought about it. I'm like, really? You felt that way? I fucking didn't know.
There you go.
I mean, obviously, like, you know, you've come a long way, and obviously, like, since taking on board more of that ownership of your life and like taking shit into your own hands and all that shit, right? Like, who kind of helped you to paint that picture and help get you on that path? Like, who are those people that you looked up to, or like mentors, even, which like you can say as well.
Yeah.
Like, why is it important to have like mentors? And who are those mentors to you? You can just name like 2 or 3, or like top 2 or 3.
Off the top of my head, Kobe Bryant.
Oh yeah,
That guy's my dad.
Rest in peace.
Yeah,
rest in peace. Oh
Hashtag
my
mom
god.
mentality.
100%, bro. Shed some light on that, because I know that we had this conversation before,
Yeah.
and funnily enough, we actually both like Kobe.
We had this conversation?
That's one. It's weird. I remember shit and I don't remember shit, but I remember us talking about that. Like you said, like, I don't know if you were like, I don't know. It was probably just a normal question, but you asked me like, who's like the greatest, like one of the greatest basketball players or something like that, whatever. And I said all time MJ, but like active or like most recent times, it's like Kobe, because he, like you said, bro, he's got that mentality. It's like you have to be crazy to be a champion like that. So yeah, man. I mean, like Kobe, hands down. Like as soon as you said it, and I'm like, bro, what the fuck, like, so because not a lot of people see basketball that way, and it goes so much more beyond basketball.
Yeah.
Like
he was an entrepreneur, but and won an Oscar as soon as
that's what I mean. Like, oh, bro, that guy, rest in peace. Still had so much to give as well. But I mean, like, so Kobe, you had two, like 1 or 2 more.
Weird, because I listen to a lot of people, but off the top of my head, probably Gary V.
Gary V, and you had him on. I know I think you met him. How's that, bro? Like, what is it with him that like does it for you? Like,
he lays it all down to strategy, for people to follow, and then it's just up to you whether you want to follow what he says or not.
Yeah, right. So like kind of the no BS.
It's no BS,
yeah, no BS. And obviously, like straight away when you came across his content, it's something that you kind of just fuck with immediately. Was it sort of like that? I
kind of tell people a lot. I want to be the Australian version of Gary V.
Oh shit!
Oh.
Well, your social's definitely a reflection of that, bro. Like you kind of give it like no BS.
Yeah.
And I think that's what I appreciate about you the most, because like you'll pull me up if there's some shit. Or like you'll just say it as it is, and like I think that's what we all need, and I think like guys, we got to keep other guys accountable and
it
all
can
that
hurt
shit
people
like
in the process, and you'll lose friends.
Oh, but 100%, bro. But I mean, like you don't want a circle full of like half-asses. You know what I mean? Like
Softies.
Yeah, like softies. Like lack of a better word. Like I totally get it, and like. You just don't want to be affiliated with people that just drag you down, you know, for lack of a better word as well. Like, you just want that circle that, you know, you just vibe with, that you can grow with. Yeah. I mean, if people want to, like, you know, off the back of that, like, if it's something down the line that, you know, they come around and they've realized for themselves now that, oh, shit, like, yeah, it's actually my time to step up, then cool. Like, we're just at the time now where we're choosing to step up. You know, and a lot of people think it's still early in the process. Like a lot of people step up when they're 16.
Yeah.
And then like 20 and I'm 23. I'm only starting to kind of step up.
Yeah.
You know, I'm still trying to take ownership of my life and shit.
Probably gonna talk about it later on, but like,
Yeah.
we don't have to have it figured out by 30.
Nah, man.
No way. We're so early.
Yeah, definitely not. Definitely not. So Gary V and then
Kobe, but like a more direct mentor, probably more recently, is Michael Lane from Success Resources.
Boss man.
Bossman.
Yeah.
That guy's a legend.
Yeah, is he so he's obviously the boss, but what is it like that he says, like, because I'm curious to know. I mean, he's
like he works
Success
with you,
Resources,
right?
like
you work alongside him, and so he helps you, pushes you, you know, in the direction that you want to go, right?
The good thing about him is his door's always open.
Fucking
His
what a
door's
guy, bro.
always open, and like whether you want to ask him a question or tell him about your business, like he's always open to listen.
Man, what a guy, bro.
And not many bosses are like that.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, definitely not. And I think him setting that, like, that culture and setting that tone and everything, you know, being that guy, it just makes like the environment a lot more comfortable to be in, because you know how you're just like, oh fuck, the boss is around. Like with that guy, he probably just, you know, he's probably but what does he do, what else does he do that kind of just like, oh fuck, he's that guy, you know what I mean? Like, you know, they have those qualities.
He's just a natural born leader.
Wow. Was it something, obviously, naturally born leader, like, I mean, I get what you mean, like, it's obviously something that you're like, when it clicks, and then you're like, fuck, now I gotta be that guy. Not a lot of people are fucking born leaders, like, you
he'll
know
shake
what I mean?
your hand and be present with you. He'll look you in the eye.
That
kind of thing. Like, he talks
little
to all
stuff
his
like
employees,
that.
little stuff like that.
Yeah, right. Oh
And
man,
he-
I appreciate that
And
heaps.
he tells people that he doesn't expect us to be here forever. Like, he knows all of his staff have big ambitions. You know,
right?
how
I
a lot of
remember you
jobs
telling me
wanna
that.
keep you at the job as long as they can.
Yeah,
This
yeah.
guy, like, he calls it an entrepreneurial apprenticeship.
Yeah. Oh wow.
Yeah. He says within 5
guy.
years with SR, if you aren't equipped enough to build a business, then he hasn't done his job.
What a guy.
Yeah.
What a guy. Did you wait? She went to the recent event. Tom
Bilyeu.
Bilyeu.
Yeah.
Bilyeu?
Yeah.
Yeah, Bilyeu. What's some of the takeaways you got? I don't even remember the conversation with her, but like, what was your takeaways from that event, bro?
Off the top of my head, human potential is unlimited.
Fucking earth. Yeah. And like, can you like elaborate on that? Like, was it something he said?
Yeah, something he said.
Oh yeah, right. Is he like? Because I know sort of what she told me about that event. Because I think after the event, she's like texting me all these fucking long paragraphs.
You are?
And she was like, she was sending me these long paragraphs. I'm like,
he does not want to. Like,
I gotta fucking
read
read that
He's
now.
just like, what the heck?
Yeah. No. But like, mind you, like.
No,
like,
mind you, that was like I was going home about maybe 10 o'clock. He's already like wanting to sleep.
I'm already like wanting to sleep, and I think we called. I don't remember
No,
if
we
didn't call.
No.
I don't know. She sent me a couple of like.
Just it
texts,
was really
like, those long
good that I was
texts.
just like, I need to like talk to someone, and
Yeah, no, she sent it
I
to
just
me.
literally like sent like so much.
Yeah, she sent it to
Didn't you
me.
have, like a few friends, you could like kind of spill what you kind of.
That's the thing though. So because he was like a bit
We're besties,
sleepy.
Yeah.
Because he was a bit sleepy. Like, I'm respectful that he has work in the morning.
Thank God.
Yeah.
I went with a friend,
Yeah, I
and so
think I
we
know,
were
yeah.
bouncing off ideas with each other. But then once I was like on the train home, like that was when it was like starting to hit me, and like, you know, and I called like my best mate, one of my best mates, and she was just like just there to listen. She listened, and I got all like it just became clear. Like, what, you know how you're just bombarded with so much information, especially at that event.
Yeah, because there's a lot. There's a
Yeah,
real
there's a lot of-
speaker.
yeah.
There's the
So
Forex
much,
speaker,
right?
and then there's Tom Bilyeu that hits you with the
Exactly.
Yeah,
So
that's sick.
it was just like so much information to take in, and then as soon as like I said everything I needed to say, it became clear what I needed to do, and yeah, it just became.
So what became clear?
What became clear? Like, don't bullshit, man. You have to like go for it. And that's why I'm
It sounds
so
cliche, but like
yeah. So like I actually literally like we're doing this podcast, and like I was kind of slacking. I was like, I don't really want to, edit, because I have no idea what I'm doing with like editing.
Oh,
and all
kudos
that,
to you,
right?
babe. You've done a good job. The
I'm just
socials
going
coming
for
out
it.
nice and beautiful.
So
Captions beautiful.
Yeah,
You're,
so
you're
I'm just
championing
literally
all that.
just going as it is, and I just took on what Tom said, and he said like
What did he say?
looking at your bullshit, like looking at your weaknesses, and just fucking staring at right at it, and then
100%.
and then go for it.
And even podcasting, well, what he said, like, you're not good at it. You're not good at
Yeah.
like Photoshop skills, editing skills yet.
Oh,
Yes,
100%.
and he kept saying yet.
Yet.
Yeah, so that was a
Over
really
long
good
enough period
one.
of time, if you put in the hours, you can master it.
Exactly.
Yeah, because she sent me that text, and I'm like, fuck, like she's putting so much effort into this. I can't one sentence respond to this, bro. She's gonna get upset. So I think I was just like, I don't know. Sometimes
It's
to
alright,
like,
you don't have to defend yourself.
no, I'm just gonna say sometimes because I want to be funny right now. So sometimes when I try to make the sentence look bigger, I'll just say love you heaps. So that kind of just
Diffuses
Band-Aids.
it,
band-aids
All
and
good.
the kind of diffuses
Whatever.
everything. But anyway, bro.
It's a bad habit of guys. If there's like a long piece of text, we'll look at the last bit and reply to it.
That's
Yeah.
bro. That's
literally
exactly
what he
what I
does.
do,
Every guy.
bro.
I
That's
don't know why we do that. It's in our biology.
bro. I thought I was just fucked up.
No, we're good. No.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I don't
That's
know
actually a
Every
thing.
guy listening to this is just like, okay, I'm just gonna
Oh.
go with
I
it.
understand this guy.
This guy. Fuck, I thought I was just like, I thought I was just fucking a weird guy, bro.
Would you ever call him out, like, please reply to the other stuff?
I do, like
Yeah.
every,
Oh, no,
every
no,
now
yeah,
and
she
then I will
does. She
literally
does.
be like,
Cassie does that
hey, did you read what I said you instant?
Yeah.
I sent to you, and then he'd be like,
It's like we reply in our heads, like the other stuff.
Bro.
But then- yeah.
You're so
Yeah.
good, bro. This guy's reading my mind, bro.
Yeah.
But there's been moments.
Oh my
There's
God.
been moments where I'm like, I swear I told you,
Yeah.
but I just told myself in my head.
It's like we pick out the most important part or the last part, and then we reply to it.
yeah, because it's a, I
unfortunate.
mean, it's a lot, like
Yeah, it's in
what
our
you get
biology.
sent. So whatever.
Yeah, I'm a
Anyway.
I'm a fucking mess, man. That's actually funny, bro, because I'm not gonna say I feel better about how things have been like happening, but like obviously I'm working on it and shit, and
He's
we're
gotten
all
better.
working- we're all working
I'll
on
give him
shit.
that.
But yeah, man, fuck, you're fucking funny. Yeah, man, I'll just dive into some questions, but I just to, I guess, like there's so much shit I want to cover, right? But what I want to, and this will kind of dive into a lot of the other shit. So e-com, it's a vehicle that you're using that you've specifically chosen to, I guess, build wealth,
Find my way to wealth.
Find-
Fast track wealth.
fast track wealth. Okay, beautiful. I mean, I wouldn't know however else to say that.
Mm.
I mean, why did you choose that? Why is that like your vehicle? What other vehicles that you wanna take advantage of? I guess to help accelerate wealth and all that. I mean, like, yeah, how did all that start, man?
How did it all start? I just bought a course one day, and then I
Yeah.
decided to go balls deep. On
Yeah,
it.
yeah. Obviously, like Shopify and everything. It's there. It's such a useful like platform. It's so easy to get ahead like nowadays compared to any time during like history.
Mhm.
Was that the first course that you bought, like ever?
No, the first course I bought was like a personal branding course.
Okay.
But you're always into that, bro. Like
Yeah.
I mean, you went to uni and you're like, you feel like you're getting more out of the courses that you bought post uni than you actually did the course that you did for however many years and that whatever you graduated, right?
Yeah, 100%.
And so I totally get it. Like if you could have done it all over again, you probably would have took a different route. But I mean,
But it
like-
all led to where I am now.
oh, 100%, 110%. Like now that you've chosen ecom, is that like that's something you really want to obviously make it work, because like you'll know like the ones that it's not meant for get culled in like a year.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say I'm one of them. Yeah, I'm one of them. I tried it and it wasn't like, it was like, yeah, cool. Like I'll go back to it.
Yeah.
The reason why I'm on my path now is like, okay, if I'm gonna start something, the shit that I'm learning at work now is gonna be so much like helpful and useful when the time comes, right?
Yeah, because
So-
it's an online marketing agency, right?
Yeah, exactly right, bro. So there's a lot of ways around that. But I mean, like, what other ways are you trying to like, or that you want to take advantage of? I guess as far as like, creating more wealth? Like what other vehicles do you want to like use or like get into?
The master plan for me is to build an e-commerce business.
Mm-hmm.
So document the process
Yeah.
as much as I can,
Mm-hmm.
so I can eventually sell info products,
Yeah.
teach people how to do it.
Yeah.
Just find different streams of income with my personal
Oh,
brand.
okay. So it's not really like you have like.
It's not my big why, but the e-commerce brand kind of gives me the credibility, because no one's going to listen to a guy that talks about mindset and stuff
100%.
when he hasn't built his own
Yeah,
thing.
yeah, but there's no like tangible like
Yeah.
results that he
Like
can
Gary has VaynerMedia.
Yeah.
So I
Okay,
need
totally.
to build my
Totally.
vehicle of VaynerMedia.
Right. Okay. No. Fair enough. So you wanna kind of, you're building your personal brand, and then eventually you want to get into like selling courses and stuff. And we spoke about this, like we want to do a workshop and all that, teaching people and shit like that
Yeah.
eventually.
The information product model or online education model is probably going to get bigger and bigger as time goes on.
Yeah, man. Like this, like that's set, because it's so like the space that we're in is still in its infancy.
Yeah.
And working in digital now, I know how much it's actually undersupplied with like people that is capable to do the job.
Yeah,
like there's
right.
actually, and it blows my mind. Like there's actually not a lot of people that can do it.
Yeah.
And it actually like blows my mind.
I ask
did you?
business students all the time, like, do you learn Facebook ads or do you learn like copywriting? They're like, no. What's that?
Wait, say that again?
Like, I ask business students all the time, do you learn Facebook ads? Do you learn copywriting? Do you learn
You're
paid
joking.
traffic? They're like, nah, not really.
What do they do?
I don't know. They just don't learn that.
It's not taught.
It's not taught.
Like the
I'm not
the
sure
uni
why.
system is very old. Like it's going
That
off
is
really old textbooks as well.
Crazy.
Yeah.
So
Well, I know it's old, but I thought they would have integrated something like
Well,
digital now
Well,
in
the handful of people I've talked to, they haven't learned much.
Wow, that's the fucking ripoff of like the century.
Well, most business students end up at a bank anyway.
Oh my god, how good is that? Did you
did
hear
you
that?
go uni?
Huh?
Did you go uni?
I did go to uni.
What you do?
I did IT.
And you finished it? Oh, you
I
dropped.
dropped out.
Okay.
Yeah.
How long of your life was that?
That was a good 4 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
4 years.
I dropped out in my last year.
Damn.
I just
Oh, bro,
didn't
can
He
we?
didn't finish it.
Yeah.
Huh?
What?
He didn't finish his course.
Oh, I
He
thought
just
you
dropped
did,
out.
bro.
No.
Oh shit! But you
year?
still got a job in IT.
Well, I finished my, what's it called? The degree before it.
The undergraduate.
Yeah.
No, not the undergraduate.
It's
Diploma.
Like a diploma, yeah.
Yeah, right. Oh, you
Yeah.
still got a job in
Degree,
IT,
yeah.
so
Yeah.
can't complain. But actually, it's funny, bro, because you spoke about Philip parents earlier. Did they have any influence in you actually going into the whole IT and uni and all that? I mean, you're the firstborn.
They're the sole reason I went to uni.
Ah, there it is.
There
it
You
is.
can confirm, guys. Holy shit! I mean, you would have had to.
Love you, Dad.
I love you too. But bro, like 100%. Like obviously being the firstborn,
Yeah.
like you're
There's a
shouldering
lot
a
of pressure.
lot. You're shouldering
Like,
a
your
lot.
cousin does this.
Oh, anak, this
Yeah.
and that.
Your
Yeah.
cousin.
Yeah, oh, he's a doctor
Yeah,
in the
yeah,
San
exactly,
Francisco's. Yeah, 100%, bro. So, like, obviously, like, you kind of followed their lead,
Yeah.
thinking that they have, they kind of know
What's
what,
best.
yeah, they kind of know what's best for you.
I was dying inside.
But like, they don't know any better, so you kind of just went with it. You kind of really don't know any better too. You just feel like they're kind of leading
Yeah.
you to.
And even before I dropped out, the year I dropped out, I didn't tell him. Yeah. And, this is a good story.
Okay.
And then I ended up working retail for like that year.
Yeah.
I didn't like formally drop out. I just like stopped going to class. Like I didn't enroll into like
okay.
anything.
Oh,
And technically,
right.
I'm not even dropped out now.
Is-
What
I,
the-
haven't,
Still
I, haven't,
enrolled.
I haven't sent like a
Formal.
formal letter. I just stopped going.
Is that a leave of absence or
I
something?
don't know.
Deferment or something?
He
Yeah.
doesn't care.
Yeah,
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
Oh, but that's sick. That's pretty.
Yeah.
That's pretty funny. So, what happened there? Like, you
So
finally told them.
So I didn't tell them, and then my dad got like a bit sus. So he called the
Yeah.
uni, and then he found out I like stopped class. So he full dug deep, and then
He investigated.
yeah,
what
he
a guy.
investigated, And then for a bit, we just stopped talking. Because,
Oh.
like, they thought I was kind of like a failure. Like,
Well,
fuck
for
that.
a bit, how long is a
Wow.
bit?
What's that?
How long is a bit? Like, how long was that?
A bit till they kind of
They stopped talking to you.
6 months to a year. Well, it wasn't like formally stopped talking. It's just
Yeah.
like the relationship was a bit changed.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, that makes sense.
yeah.
For the parents.
Philip parents.
Yeah,
Gotta
Philip
love
parents,
Hashtag
bro.
Philip parents.
Oh my
Love
god.
them.
That's cool. It went from that like, when are you gonna go back to uni, to like nowadays it's like, how's your business going? So it's
Oh,
yeah.
complete
Well, you proved
180.
it
How
to
good
them,
is
right?
that?
It's a complete 180.
It's
kinda
full,
it
like,
warms my heart.
Yeah. Oh well, 100%. But I mean, there was that limiting belief, and then now it's like proof of concept, right?
Yeah.
And then now like full believer, right? So it's funny the transformation, but like that's exactly like the situation. I'm pretty sure we've all been there. Like once something starts to work out, then they're like, okay, like that's when they'll support you. And I'm like, why
Yeah.
couldn't you just?
Yeah.
And I totally get it. They don't know any better and shit. And I
Yeah.
totally
That's what
totally
they were
understand.
taught.
Yeah. Oh, 100%. 100%. So you dropped out of uni. You had that conversation. Now they fucking love you.
Yeah.
Obviously they've always loved you,
They've
but
always
now
loved
they
you.
now they love you even more because like you're doing good or whatever. But I wanted to also get into like, because obviously, like you, and I'll be really honest, bro. Like you've really sort of put me in a place where I'm really focusing like on myself and actually just focusing on my strengths and like what I'm good at. And like I have to give a lot of credit to you, bro, because I just seeing someone that's doing it themselves like kind of makes it feel more achievable for me, because I'm like, what's the difference between him and me?
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's not, like it's not that much. Like we're both, you know what I mean? Like there's like the difference is not much. And then I'm like, okay, what's he doing? What is his habits? And I think I asked you like what you do and shit, and then like what books you read and all that type of stuff. Because I'm trying to get there, but the biggest takeaway was just, like that book that you recommended, The Way of the Superior Man, like that. But I had that on repeat for like 2 weeks, and I kept listening to it. And I take more and more away from it as I listen to it even more. Yeah, man. Like what did that book mean to you, man? And I know a lot of guys will get a lot out of this.
Why'd you recommend it to him?
Because like it actually, bro, it changed my fucking life, bro. Like it changed my life. Like
I don't remember why I recommended it to you, but it's one of my favorite books of all time.
yeah. Oh, it's actually one of mine. Like now, like
that book taught me how to be a man.
Yeah.
If you could sum it up like 3 points.
It's so hard with that book.
No, it's I can't. I won't be able to
Just
do
highlights like
justice.
the main points
One,
you want people to hear.
It taught me how to respect the feminine and how to embrace your masculine.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
2,
Yep.
it taught me. Oh, that's tough.
Feminine, masculine.
Yeah.
You're
How
not
to,
limited to 3. You can go on
Yeah,
more.
yeah,
Like, you know.
yeah.
Oh no, it's just like, you know how it's tough to recall stuff.
Yeah,
in books,
yeah.
but it's like ingrained in who you are.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I look.
There
It's
you
very
go.
hard to. It's very hard for us to verbalize.
Yeah.
Like, cause we're like here. We're here as much as anything.
He's
in
pointing
our,
at his head, by
yeah,
the
I'm
way,
pointing
guys.
at my head here. But it's hard for us to verbalize because we could just feel like what. Like I don't have to. Like I know how he's feeling. Like I know what he means.
Yeah,
He doesn't
yeah.
have to say it.
Yeah.
And I wish I could.
Basically, for the
We're
listeners,
we're
it's that
Neanderthals,
good of a
guys. We
book
can't. Yeah.
to check it out.
Yeah, check it out, because I totally
Especially
agree with
the
you,
guys
man.
out
The
there.
whole man thing, like
Yeah.
how it taught me to like be that guy, that alpha, and we'll
Yeah.
get into the whole alpha thing
Yeah.
in a bit. But it taught me exactly how to the law of polarity, right?
Low polarity and just how to carry yourself as a man.
Yeah, like it.
And then it can go into so many different realms that I can't probably think of right now. But
Man,
it's
this is a
ingrained in who I am.
whole whole episode in
Yeah,
itself. Like
yeah.
we could literally talk about this forever.
Yeah.
But like what that book literally gave me is like a blueprint of like how to be a guy. Like
Yeah.
be a guy for your woman, because nowadays it's like a lot of like we were talking about this in another podcast which hasn't come out yet, by the way, but it was like masculinity is like toxic. It's toxic masculinity, like
It's
this
not.
world. It's really fucking not.
The absence of masculinity that is
That is
toxic.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I wanted to know your thoughts, man, because like I mean, I feel like a lot of like I don't know, and I don't want to like speak out of line or whatever, but I a lot of relationships just on TV, fucking on social media, like they advertise it like it's this and that, and then like you figure out it doesn't work out, like Kylie and Travis, right? Just as an example, like what the hell happened there? Is it like, and it really kind of just boils down to like
The man isn't grounded.
the man, like it really boils down to like the guy, is he like alpha, is he like whatever, but like the guy has to kind of like set the frame, like, you know what I mean? Like, it really taught me how to set the frame.
Exactly, set the frame from the beginning.
Be the alpha, like all that shit. And I'm really not doing it justice right now, but I mean,
By
like,
alpha, it doesn't mean like fucking roid munching, like impose your will on everybody.
yeah, okay,
Alpha
yeah,
means having a set frame to yourself and sticking to that frame.
yeah,
Making sure you're grounded and no one can break that. No one can move you. You're an unshakable mountain.
yeah. Oh man, so okay,
And your woman's like the weather; she will come and go.
yeah,
and you've got to stay grounded.
bro, that's finally we got there.
You got there.
We fucking finally
yeah,
got there, bro.
yeah.
That's exactly right. So like the whole thing where and we spoke about this Nick, right? How, you know, what happened there with his relationship or whatever. The fact that he let it go despite the circumstances, like it's either you get a job or you know, or we're not, whatever, we're not together or what, right? And then the fact that he's like, look, all right, fine, because he would have resented her
Yes.
if the relationship would have moved on and he didn't get to do what he wanted to do. He would have had that in the back of his mind. It would have came out in other areas of the relationship, and he just would have been resentful and bitter that he wasn't able to actually do what he wanted to do. The woman would have felt nice. Yeah, probably had him wrapped around his finger or her finger, right?
But at a deeper level, she would resent him for not choosing his purpose.
Exactly. Oh my. So yeah, like she would have resented him for not staying on his purpose, because like you said, the women's like the weather. Like it'll change. It'll give you like tsunami. It'll give you happy sunshine days and shit. But like,
And your woman always tests you. You can't react to the weather. Sometimes
this
you just
guy,
gotta,
it's all coming back. Yeah.
it's all coming back. Sometimes you just gotta let it out, and then sometimes just, instead of being like, oh, why are you so emotional? Oh,
Yeah.
Like why
Yeah.
are you being a bitch?
Yeah.
Sometimes you just gotta pick her up and then kiss her, or lick her face.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
just be lovey-dovey, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, bro, 100%. Like,
As at the end of the day, a woman wants your presence.
yeah. Oh,
Your presence is a gift.
bro. Okay. Yeah. It's all coming back now.
It's all
Like,
coming back.
it's all coming back. Like, okay, that was also one of the biggest takeaways was, like when she would pull me up, like back in the day, like, oh, blah, 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 like she's giving me shit, right? And I'm like, I have work. I don't want to have to deal
You'd
with
be like,
that.
why are you so emotional?
Like, why are you being like this, right? And then I'm like, I just didn't know how to handle it because I didn't read that book, right? But I think I handled it the right way. It was just innate. I just innately handled it the right way.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, look, if you're gonna act like this, I don't want to deal with it, right? You gotta fucking do you, and I'm still gonna do me or whatever, right? And then eventually it came to the point where I'm like, bro, I'm not gonna waste, because my time's valuable to me, and I'm not gonna let her abuse my time like that. Like my time, you know, like I'm not saying my time's better than your time, but it's like right now, it's like I'm not gonna spend this trying to make you feel better. Like,
I will say to a female that's listening, if you have a man that's like that, it is hard to like accept, because it feels like their time is better than yours when they press on that. They're like, this is my time. I need to like work, or I need to do this. Like, to the woman, it's a bit like, oh shit.
the woman
like,
doesn't know that, like she's like shit testing, like low-key, she actually just wants him to keep going, but she's just giving him hell right now. And it is what it is, but like for the guy, you got to stick your ground. And I'm not saying I'm super alpha, like to RJ's point, like I'm not like a super roided cunt, but just being set in your ways and like your frame and how you are, that's like super important. So going back to the whole like, you know, a woman will test you and shit like that. Like, it's just like, it's very important to hold your frame. And I wouldn't say I'm like a super masculine guy anyway. Like I'm kind of feminine in different ways as well. Like,
Yeah, me too, man.
yeah, right. So like we all have that thing, but like for the most part, like it's not even about being 100% alpha. It's just having those tendencies and external, like having that tendencies when the time's right, like when the time really calls for it. But yeah, man, actually leading into that, did you want to, I don't think, babe?
No, keep going with your questions.
Yeah. Well, that kind of I just wanted to lead into, you know, how has that affected your relationship? Obviously, I don't know if,
relationship dynamic.
yeah, like your whole relationship dynamic, with all that in mind. And I know I didn't do that book justice. And like I said, I've been forgetting shit lately, so I'm just, I don't know what's going on.
It's hard. It's just ingrained in you.
Yeah,
hard
yeah.
and then
It's really hard
sometimes
for
when
me
you
to
get
explain.
when you get
Yeah.
the flow things, it comes out like, oh,
Yeah, yeah,
there it
yeah,
is.
yeah. But
Yeah.
like, obviously, I'm not too sure if you're already about that life when you came, like when you and Cassie met. Did how's that like affected your relationship?
Oh
with
yeah,
that whole...
she hated that I'd only see her on weekends. We'd fight and break up about it all the time.
Oh man, it happened to us.
Oh my gosh, you guys
Yeah,
did that
yeah,
too.
yeah,
Happened to us, bro.
Like you don't see me on the weekdays.
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know,
yeah, yeah, yeah,
You
Yeah.
can't be working all the time. Like, you know what I mean?
yeah. And then you're like,
but
what?
the problem with that was when weekends came and all the fighting came, I just resented her, so I wasn't 100% present
Oh yeah, see.
with her. So like,
How good is
like,
that?
Like if she's like being a headache all week, why should I go on the weekend?
So what would you do? Would you like
Bro,
like,
and I'm
Yeah.
pointing
would you
at
be
this
on your
guy.
phone the whole time?
I would be
you
on.
like,
I'd be on my phone. Sometimes my head would just be at work.
Yeah.
Like, and then there'd be like really bad times where like I just tell her, like, what the fuck am I doing here? Like,
yeah.
because she wouldn't sense my presence, and then she'd, in her way, she'd just like lash out, and then we just fight, and then sometimes I just
Yeah.
storm out.
Right.
Yeah, 'cause
Oh
I just-
man.
So you're the type to walk out and then you have to cool off, or like,
Yeah, but she didn't like that either.
yeah.
So we've had our instances.
There's a lot of
but-
similarities
but
here,
it-
bro.
but
I'm
it's
like
real-
that.
but yeah.
Yeah,
I can
that's
tell.
so funny. Yeah,
You told
yeah.
me about it. But
Yeah.
but now we're good. We're good. Yeah, we're good.
That's
She
good.
understands that Monday to Friday we're good, and then
And it's good that
Saturday-
you guys are on the same page.
Yeah.
Like it's so important to be on the same page.
Mm.
And like to your point, like bro, like a lot of people think like we have a perfect relationship or whatever. Like
It's never
maybe
perfect.
it's never
Yeah.
perfect, and
No.
it's good hearing other people's, hardships and shit because it's
Yeah.
actually like real. Like
Mhm.
this shit is actually real, and it actually happened with us. Like when that would happen. And I never wanted to be arrogant that my time is better than hers, but I'm trying to do shit. And if you don't,
For
like,
us.
yeah, I'm trying to
Yeah.
do shit for us. Like, do
Yeah.
you not see that? This is what the book taught me.
Yeah.
Like, I'm doing shit for the for our family, for
Yeah.
like the future. Like you don't see that, but it's the fruits that will come later.
Yeah.
You don't know I'm doing the frame.
But she doesn't sense that at the time.
Yeah.
She
Because we're not being present.
Yeah,
But how can
yeah,
I
she just
fucking be
wants your
present
presence, yeah.
when you're acting up? And it doesn't make me want to hang around you if
So
you're acting up, right?
It's a
Like,
dance that
it's a
you
fucking
have to
dance.
master over time.
yeah, bro. See, you're
took
still
us
teaching
a
me shit, bro.
while.
Mm.
Yeah, it took us a while, but like now I would say like we're pretty good, and like you guys, like fights, like huge fights don't happen like as much anymore. Like we're kind of like we kind of know,
fight for like the whole day type of
Yeah.
thing.
yeah,
But the thing is, fights is like, I guess, an emotion. Sometimes they just want the fight. Am I right?
Yeah, I
there's,
heard like Tony
sometime-
Robbins said something
Yeah.
about the
Can you
whole
confirm that,
the
babe?
passion thing, or like there's certainty
start
and then
shit, eh?
there's uncertainty,
Yeah.
and
Sometimes,
then keep going.
I have no idea. Please enlighten me.
Humans in general, not just females, like
Okay.
seek uncertainty. So when things are like stale, she'll do something, a brash, just to like get that level of uncertainty, whether it be a fight or drama.
I'm
So there's
confused.
like there's
Please, babe.
human needs,
Yeah.
and there's I think there was 6 of
There's
them.
6. If I can remember off the top of my head, there's certainty, uncertainty, significance. Can you remember any of them else? Significance, connection. So that's connection/love.
Yeah. I don't remember.
Contribution.
Yeah,
and-
contribution and something else. I don't remember
and
the other one.
there's one more. I can't remember.
I
the
don't
other
remember.
one. Yeah.
I thought we were
look
talking about
for
love
it.
languages here, and then
Yeah.
no, it's not love
Have you read
language.
love languages?
Yeah, I've got my love language.
Affection. I mean, no. It's words of affirmation, isn't it?
Nah. Well, yeah, I think it's tied with acts of service.
Yeah.
But I need to take that again. Like it's
Me
been
too,
so
yeah.
long.
Growth and contribution.
Yeah.
Growth and contribution. So what does that mean, guys? I don't know anything. Like what? So a woman like
So no, so
people
basically
will-
every human has 6 human needs,
yeah.
and there's the 6 that we just mentioned. So
Yeah.
certainty, and then uncertainty or variety, and then you've got significance, love and connection, and then you've got growth and contribution.
Yeah.
But the juice is in growth and contribution.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then talking about relationships, right? So when you guys fight, it gives like that variety, that uncertainty, whereas the certainty comes from you guys know each other, you guys know what you'll be doing today, that type of thing. You know, it's
Yeah.
certain. So you need like a mix of all 6
Okay.
things.
We need a
but
mix
that
of all
was-
6, but Tony's taught that primarily people have 2
Yeah.
needs. And then when I did the test with him at Unleash the Power Within, I think my top 2 needs were significance and growth.
I need to do this
Yeah.
test. We need to do this test. Well, I need to.
I have a human need to matter.
Oh,
and
right.
And I have a human need to like want to grow, which kind of like makes sense to who I am.
So how does this tie into the whole relationship thing? Like your
Because it
relationship?
can be a double-edged sword, because at the same time you want to matter, but the last 2 needs are where like real growth, like real juice happens, growth and
Right.
contribution.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Like you should want to grow, so that's a given. And then sorry,
Yeah.
growth and connection.
Oh,
So
right.
sometimes you might neglect your need for connection in the pursuit of growing.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god! I think it's funny that you're saying this now, because I'm sort of making it more tailored to like my situation.
Mhm.
So I'm like, yeah, I'm doing what I need to do, and I feel significant or whatever, and that I feel like they need me, and that it matters, like for growth, right? And then I'm like, I'm not sacrificing connection, so I don't know if I'm doing it right or not. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm probably doing it right. I'm just kind of going with it or whatever. But I mean, like, so as far as your relationship, does she kind of know all that? Like,
Yeah, I tell her all the time.
like the whole hierarchy of needs. Is that a hierarchy of needs?
We went over it like a few times, but it's not like a.
Because she's not about that, eh?
Yeah,
like
no,
she's,
no. Yeah,
she's not
yeah.
like into that
Self-development.
stuff.
Which
right?
surprises me. Like if you guys had fights all the time, but you started off with
So
entrepreneurship.
I
at start.
started
Yeah.
off
Yeah.
like that, right? So I'm like going into like the personal development stuff, and
Yeah.
he would resent that. He'd just be like, "Why are you doing all that stuff?" Like,
Shut the fuck
No
up.
way.
Say
No,
that.
not to like, it wasn't a bad thing. It was just like it was unknown. It was like a bit like, you're not
When
really
was this?
doing anything. What?
When was this?
At the beginning, in the beginning of the relationship, because I remember doing like Tony Robbins stuff, and I'd be like, "Oh, babe, can we
Oh,
do,
this
like,
is
the
when I was a
relationship
beta
thing?
male. I was a beta male back then. You
I'm
know?
like, can we do
I
the
came to,
relationship
I
test
came to, and then
thing?"
you told me about
like,
the book, and I'm like, yeah,
you
hectic.
know, because like Tony Robbins has like a lot of stuff on YouTube, so
Yeah.
I'd like look up like relationship advice and all
Yeah.
that, and it will come up, and then he'll have like some sort of questions
Mhm.
on what you
As you can see,
do.
she's positively impacted me becoming who I am now. Because then I just be like the fucking cockroach or something on the street or whatever, like being a fucking rat or whatever.
But
you know what I mean?
But it's interesting because when
And I can
when
admit
you
that.
recommend like books and stuff, he'll listen to you. Like he won't
Oh, here we
listen.
go.
But it's it's
Yeah.
a good point, because I remember bringing it up to RJ at the seminar, like,
Yeah.
and I mentioned it, and you mentioned like, oh, when the masculine and the feminine,
Mhm.
like explain what you were saying.
Well, we're talking about masculine, feminine.
Yeah, you were like, when the feminine, tells the man what to do. Like he'll
yeah.
yeah.
Was I spitting that at the
You
event?
said that, yeah.
Wow.
There
Oh,
you
wow.
go.
I'm a walking
No, it's alright.
encyclopedia.
Yeah. You don't remember?
Can you like
Yeah,
explain what you were saying?
What was the topic again? But I remember kind of the idea is when a girl tells a guy to do something, will do anything to run away.
Right.
From an order from her.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it's in our biology.
But
But,
masculine, like when real recognizes real, then that's when that's when I'll kind of listen, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that
What-
kind of goes both ways, but yeah.
What was the topic? What were we talking
I
about?
don't know. We were just talking about Valentine's. We were like, oh, what are you doing?
Oh,
we weren't gonna do
God.
anything.
Yeah.
And then
Do you
you
remember?
were like, oh, I thought he'd be like a sweet, like like hopeless romantic type guy.
Do you remember?
Nah, it's not
He
ringing
probably
bells.
doesn't remember
Yeah.
because he's like literally
Yeah.
he met Tom. And
Oh,
all
you
that,
probably
yeah.
were like on
You're
like
probably like on another
super
level.
high-
You know?
Yeah.
super high state of
Yeah.
mind there.
Yeah.
No, but yeah, I just really wanted to ask because obviously, that book has like changed like how I carry myself now,
Mhm.
how I just like I'm not using it to take advantage of her because that's not what alphas do,
Mhm.
but it's more just like obviously the framework and then just how to kind of lead the relationship because it starts with you and it's all about taking ownership of the relationship. Like if a woman acts up, it's because of you
Mhm.
because she's a
Yeah,
reflection of
100%.
you, right? And
Maybe
you have
use that next time.
and you have to set the framework and everything, right? So I'm always just like, okay. And I don't blame her. Like, if she acts up, then I kind of have to take responsibility.
Yeah.
I would have done something or whatever.
It's hard to do though, right?
Yeah, well, the thing is, like, now
Like
that
when you
she...
guys fight,
Well, who, what?
just anyone when you fight with your partner, it's hard to take ownership of.
Because you're swept in emotions.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
No, I totally agree with you. But I think now, especially for you, I don't know if it's a guy thing, but when the woman values my our time a lot more, it makes me obviously in return I want to be more present with you, and I want to give you my love, in return, because you value my time. When I want to do what I want to do, you just zip it and you let me do what I want to do, and then
I'm the same way.
Right? Like,
it's kind of like Superman, Lois Lane. Like Lois Lane just tells you like go save the world, and then you're like fuck yeah.
Yeah. Oh, bro, beautiful analogy.
Yeah.
Like I never got into Superman, so I wouldn't have been able to pull that one out.
Yeah.
And it's not like, this is not fucking toxic masculinity. Like, I don't know why people think it's such a bad thing.
Patriarchy type thing.
Yeah, I really don't get it. I mean, like,
because at the end of the day, if Jono wasn't a man of his purpose and he just wanted to be with you all the time, that probably like would steer you away.
So put me off.
That's a lot of guys now.
Yeah. How attractive would that be if I'm just,
it's not.
if I'm wrapped around your finger like that? Like, you just, what is that? Like, you feel me? Like, I can't even explain it, but it's like, who would want that? No one. No. Like, it's oh, bro. But yeah, I mean, it's like, that's pretty much why, and I'm glad we spoke about it, because it's helped our relationship, and letting her be the feminine, like, and me being the masculine, and having that polarity. It's so important, because like, you need it. And as much as like, in this day and age, everyone wants to try and be everything and wear all hats and all that shit. But like, if you're gonna do that, it's not gonna be to the benefit of your relationship, because I mean, I don't know a relationship that doesn't work without the polarity there, because otherwise you're just fucking mates or something.
Have you had this discussion with Cass?
Yeah.
You have?
I tell her all the time.
And you're on the same page.
Like, the reason I love her so much is like, she's such a feminine being. Like, I love her feminine energy.
So like,
Bro,
is that something you just said and then she took it on board, or was it like
she took it on board.
She came onto it,
and she kind of she's kind of like cool with it.
Yeah.
Like, she's not. See, that's the thing, man. That gets me all the time, right? It's like, and it's good, because I'm putting your mind at ease that I'm doing everything else, and now you don't have to feel like you have to do as much as what the world thinks an average woman these days should be able to do, right? Like, a woman has to do this, and like, now she has to work and do all this and have a career and everything. And I'm like, and I'm like, well, if you let me kill it, you don't have to do that, and you can just chill.
At the same time, like, you can't dismiss her passions.
Oh, no, 100%. Oh, no, 100%. I wasn't doing that, by the way.
shit.
No, I know.
But people like listening could like interpret that the wrong way.
I'm glad you pulled me up there, bro, because I was just talking shit like I do.
We're so
I don't mean anything
with
that
how
goes.
our dynamic is that sometimes we forget, like, oh, some people aren't like that. They don't think that way.
Exactly right.
Yeah.
Like, if this made like mainstream, then we'd get attacked by feminists.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
But then any attention is good attention.
Yeah, look, 100%. And look, I'm not like I said, I'm not bashing on anyone, but this is actually what it's gonna take to get you, I guess, that polarity that you want in the relationship. Otherwise, it's just not gonna feel right. Like, when you guys are trying, because the only reason why you guys will butt heads is because you're stubborn and you both have that masculine energy, and you're funding that. And it's like, if I was going to be in a relationship with another guy, it's not going to work out. So why would I want to be with another guy, a chick that's masculine like me? It's not going to. You need that polarity.
Why so many, like, a girl being with a feminine guy, it just doesn't work.
Yeah, it doesn't work. But anyway,
have you seen a change in him ever since he kind of took on the stuff?
Good question,
the
bro.
book?
Yeah.
What have you seen? What have you seen? But well,
he's
I'm just curious. You never told me.
Okay, so you're talking about like how you have to be grounded. So I now looking back, I sense that he's more grounded, and I'll have conversations. Like, not all the time he'll be open to it, but sometimes I'll talk about like getting married and having kids and all that, right?
Yeah.
And before, he would like straight off the bat be like, "Oh no, like you can work and I can just look after the kids." Like, it's just like he just didn't want to talk about it. Like, it was like that's how beta he was.
Yeah, I was pretty beta.
He was like, yeah, you can, like, look after, you can.
Because I didn't own it. I didn't own the energy. I'm like, well, this day and age, and I use the example Incredibles too, because like the dad was like the stay-at-home dad. I could do that. I'm like, why am I doing that to myself, bro? Fuck that. I didn't want to do that anymore. But like, to your point, like, I mean, I'll let you continue because like you're on a roll there.
there's a difference. So, he's just more grounded, and so when I need to talk to him, he's a bit more present. That's why I say a bit, because he's working on it.
Yeah.
as all relationships,
it's always a process.
Yeah,
getting more present.
exactly. And it allows me to have that feminine energy, and I don't have to front the masculine.
Yeah.
Because that's why we butted heads a lot, and our friends will vouch for this. They'll be like, those two are like so stubborn, and so that's why we'd fight a lot because we're both like, you know.
Yeah, she's and like same way, like she's changed a lot more in that she's actually more in her feminine, like the whole feminine energy and shit. And I'm like, this is actually
it's more peaceful.
It feels
more peaceful, and the attraction is like there. A lot more.
Like it just makes
You're
a lot of
drawn
sense.
to each other instead of like
100%.
I don't want to like sometimes you just don't want to see him.
Yeah. I mean, like it's a lot of things that kind of compound to the way like I feel about her, but it's just having that like that polarity as well. Which is super important. But like she's improved heaps, like just the whole feminine energy, and like
we have another podcast coming out on like just us two. So
so we got a
Simeon
2-part. Simeon helped out with that. But
will come out eventually.
Yeah, like she's full getting into cooking and everything now, and I'm like, well, like this is nice. Like
feminists are gonna like attack this.
Like,
no.
Yeah, and I'm
no,
like,
literally,
cool.
I just want to be able to provide.
Yeah.
Like the nurturing part of you of the feminine is like to look after the kids.
It's literally in your biology.
Yeah, it's in your biology.
It's biology.
Yeah,
it is biology. It's
exactly.
It's science. It's biology.
Science.
It's what it is. Like can't help it.
And I want to start learning how to cook, and so I've been giving him some food for the past 2 weeks.
That kind of makes you feel like good, right?
I feel good.
Yeah.
Right. That's why I don't get when people are like, I don't want to be the one that like at home and like cook. It's just like, but don't you want to provide for your family? Like, don't you want to be that?
Yeah.
You know?
Because the world,
lazy,
right? The system, the fucking out there. Like,
did you watch the news the other day? I saw like a mother woke up at 5 a.m. and then she prepared lunch for her kids.
Yeah.
And made coffee for her husband, and then she just got blasted for like doing that.
Really?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
What the?
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
It was on the news.
It's on the news.
Like the news was blasting her.
Yeah, for like
Are
preparing
you
lunch for her
serious?
kids and having a coffee for her husband every 5 a.m. But they would go to the gym together.
I'm so confused, bro. This
Bro,
is
this day and age, man.
this is just like having a go just because like it's not the 1950s, but I feel like families were a lot happier back then, like just because of that
Kinda
or
makes
whatever.
you scared about where the world's going.
Yeah, man.
That's a whole nother episode.
Yeah.
That's a whole nother
That's a
fucking.
whole nother
But I get
episode.
you, bro. I get you.
But short hair tattoo.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Breasts out.
But the funny thing is, it's like, despite all that, when you're like full self-aware and you guys are building like the relationship together, and you are applying sort of these principles, for lack of a better word, you'll realize as you start applying this into the relationship, if you do or not. I don't care if you do it or not at all, but if you do, you'll kind of notice things improve, and you'll notice that it's actually more natural that it's like that. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with feeling natural about like the relationship and how it's supposed to kind of be naturally and organically. But yeah, I mean, fuck, that was a pretty solid session there. Fuck me, that was.
Keep going.
I love how we went for what was it again? What did I remember? To like blowing it all out.
Yeah, I don't know. It was a build up, and then like I'm actually like.
Now you're just like in the zone.
I'm just like, oh yeah, I'm like full elated now. I'm like, fuck, I got out everything that I needed to. Yeah. So that one, we just touched on like relationships and shit like that, which is like, it's good hearing your insights, because obviously like I keep repeating it, but you've actually impacted it, and it's actually positively helped our relationship. Yeah. So I took on his advice, and now it's like worked with our relationship. Like,
well, before this, before kind of entrepreneurship, I kind of wanted to be a dating coach. I told you.
Oh yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
But like it's like, and it didn't even like. And is that sort of what they were talking about there as well? Like that whole masculine, feminine energy.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, I wouldn't have known because I never looked into that stuff. But it's actually, bro, it's actually like it's actually required.
It's an eternal. Yeah, they should teach it in school.
Yeah,
it's an eternal truth.
Oh my god, but they don't. As far as
now
next question.
Introducing like 50 genders.
Oh
That's
god,
another topic.
that's definitely another one. That's definitely another one. I might get death threats and that, bro.
Yeah.
Fuck that. I don't want that.
It's already
But I don't
a
get-
controversial podcast.
Yeah, but I mean, like,
I mean, if you wanted to
not
go
try-
down that route, we can.
Well, no, it's not even.
You know.
It's not even about that, babe. Like, despite everything that's happening with the world, the fact that we're not letting it affect our relationship, like that it's not. We're not letting all that bullshit out there infiltrate what we've built. Like a lot of like happy couples, you see them and they have that polarity, and they just kind of scoff that the world's like that. It's like, look, like what the fuck? Like, I don't know what you guys are on about, but I'm fucking happy the way they are, like, because they have that, you know, going on with them. Anyway, okay, so we asked about relationship. I
actually have one. Wait.
Beautiful, babe.
So
Stepping
I
up.
remember you made a post ages ago, and it was about talking about controversial topics. You were talking about like the news and how like it influences people.
Yeah.
Are you able to like, you know, kind of explain what that post was? Do you remember that post?
No.
It was about like I'll just drop it. So like abortion. You've also got like what else was there?
You do a lot of content, bro. So
you do. I don't blame you if you don't remember.
Come on, babe. What is it? I'm curious now.
Like it was the news, like basically what the news is trying to give you.
Narrate.
Yeah, narrate. You think that's your idea, but it's not. You're like, oh.
Oh, you were like saying how like the news would say, oh, like abortion's bad or something like that, and then you feel like you came up with that yourself, and then you're like, yeah, it is bad. Yeah. But it's just them
but
telling.
It's actually flipped on the news. It's actually abortion is good.
Yeah.
Oh, is it? Oh, yeah. I don't know.
Do you remember that?
No, I don't remember post. Can you bring it up? Maybe. Is it like an
No, it was
story
ages
post?
ago. It was a highlight.
It was like,
it was like not a highlight. It was a story. Yeah. It was just one of those thoughts.
At the end of the day, just don't watch the news. It's toxic.
Oh,
they narrate like messages into your head over a course of time, and then it just sticks with you subliminally.
Subliminally. Yeah, man, totally. Like I've been off that shit. Like I don't watch it. I've kind of culled like Facebook, Instagram, and all that, and like watching TV, just anything media. Like unless I'm on my shit, and I've literally stopped following a bunch of pages just because it's either just girls that I don't even know but they're hot, or like just stupid meme pages or something like that, or just, you know, just shit like that that's really got no value to add to my life.
Think about it this way: your energy is finite, and the news is kind of made just to kind of sap away that energy with negativity.
Oh yeah.
So people are like, oh, Donald Trump this, and then
yes,
like killer here, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
By the time you already even start your day, you're drained from being negative energy.
Yeah. Okay. Good point, man. Because I think that's also the reason why I stopped as well, is because there's just too much negative shit, man. I don't want to fucking hear it. Yeah. Like I've had enough of it. Like I'm just gonna do me, and I think my energy has changed a lot, just being more positive and, you know, whatever. Especially around the office, like everyone thinks I'm like a happy guy and shit.
Energy's contagious. It's literally like
that's exactly
like
what they
atoms.
Told me. Yeah, what the fuck? It's contagious. Yeah, that's exactly what they said.
Contagious.
They're like,
it's literally like science. Like if you smile at someone, they'll probably smile back.
Oh, this is fucking interesting, but I don't pick up on these things. I just do, and then like everyone's just, for some reason, everyone around me is like feeling good.
You're naturally charismatic.
Yeah. Oh, thanks, bro. Fuck. Oh shit.
I told you you're a natural.
Yeah, I know. I forget things. There's some things that I remember, but I don't know. I've been forgetting things lately as well. But yeah, no. I don't know. I realize that, and I think I'm just like, if I'm being good vibes, then and it's just too strong to the point where now they forget their negative vibes. Yeah. Like, bro, I'll take that fucking any day of the week, bro. Yeah. If my circle's feeling good, fuck yeah. Like that, I'll take that any day.
It goes back into like all the books that we read about, like positive energy and thinking is literally like the secret to like getting wealthy and just manifesting what you want.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Oh, bro, 100%. So this is a weird one, but nevertheless, I wanted to ask about it because we're all kind of quirky in our own way, bro. What's the nerdiest thing about you?
I am a nerd.
Oh, you are?
Yeah.
Wait, really?
Like, have you seen my like laptop studio? I've got like a Super Saiyan 4 Goku like next to my laptop.
No, bro. What?
Yeah.
Really?
It's in my story like probably recently.
I mean, I don't think that's nerdy, bro. I love Dragon Ball Z too.
Like Star Wars. Like Star Wars turns me on.
Fuck, I never got into Star Wars. I need to get into it.
Like Naruto. I was a big anime guy. Like
really,
all the entrepreneurship stuff. Like I was just like a geek.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my god, bro. Still that you still got that inner fucking the inner nerd or whatever. Yeah. Is it a nerd? Yeah. I don't know what the word is there. Yeah. Oh, because you used to game too. I mean, I used to game too.
But they say gamers have like a good intuition when it comes to like building wealth.
That's so funny because I used to play games
Say that again.
Because now you think
Yeah,
in
me
life,
too.
like, okay,
Like back in high school, I used to play like
what games?
I just love GTA. I don't know why. I just
Oh, no.
obsessed with GTA.
Like I was a full RPG, like World
No,
of
I was
Warcraft,
not like that,
all
nah.
stuff, like leveling up again versus
Oh,
other people.
oh yeah, like
And
Call
then,
of
like,
Duty.
grinding
Yeah.
away.
Oh,
But
bro.
that kind of that same
Yeah.
mentality, you can grind away at like life.
Okay, that's a very good point.
Yeah.
It's actually very funny that you bring that up. Because I was thinking about that the other day. I'm like, I don't game anymore, and I'm like, and I don't have any aspirations to go back to gaming because I think I'm just doing that with life now.
Yeah.
I'm
Me
not
too.
leveling. Yeah, right.
you're
You get
living
that
up in
feeling?
life.
I'm leveling. Yeah. I think I saw that in
Yeah,
one of your
posted- yeah.
posts.
Like when you go to the gym, it's like plus 2 strength.
Yeah.
And then when you finish
yes.
the book, it's like plus 1 knowledge, and then you're like your HP bar is like.
Yes, yeah, bro. My XP goes up and
Yeah.
everything, and I'm like, but I'm feeling hectic. I don't need that
Yeah,
fucking Call of
exactly.
Duty PS4
Yeah.
nonsense. Or, I'm not bashing on people that fucking play those games and everything. Like I used to be there, and I'd still play games and shit. But it's literally like I'm just doing that. I'm just transmuting that into my life. Like that's
It's a
just
good
actually what I'm.
It's all right in moderation, but if it's consuming, like you go home and then you play
Oh,
games,
yeah.
then there's something underlying there. You're trying to escape something.
Oh yeah, well that's the whole different fucking
Yeah.
rabbit hole there. But yeah, I totally get you, man. Fuck, that's pretty funny. I did not know that about you, by the way. You mentioned like kind of your top 3 mentors, and you kind of mentioned the top 3 books as well.
Yeah.
What's like top 3 takeaways or lessons in life like to date? Like what are those?
Ooh.
What are those
Those
ones?
are tough ones. I wrote notes.
Oh,
about this
beautiful.
one.
Bring those up,
Yeah.
bro.
Top 3 lessons.
Really important. I'm curious to know. I mean, like you've kind of been through like
Look
the
up
ringer.
his social media, guys.
Like there's a lot.
Oh
So
no,
it's
without a
like-
doubt,
so it's
without a
hard to,
doubt.
like break it down into
Yeah, without a
Yeah.
doubt. Yeah, without a doubt, man. But like, just because like I'm just gonna compare like what I've been able to do compared to you. Like I'm just in awe of what you do. Just because like how much effort you have to put like every day and just all that. And I know you're grinding, and I know like what your schedule is, and I know like you're balancing that with a relationship, and then you're doing fucking this and that on the side. It's like it's not easy, but
It's not easy, but that probably goes into like one of the lessons. When you love what you do, any like the work doesn't feel like work.
yeah, 100%.
Like
Is that lesson number 1?
that's lesson
Yeah,
number
sick.
1.
Sick.
That's lesson
Yeah,
number
yeah,
one.
cool.
When you love what you do, like nothing feels like work.
Yep, 100%, bro.
Like I wake up at 5 a.m. and I'm just like tap dancing to the gym, and then I'm tap dancing to work.
Yeah.
And then
Fuck yeah,
on
bro.
the way home, I'm tap dancing to my side hustle. Like
Yeah.
I love it. And the only problem is I don't have enough hours in a day.
Does
Yeah,
it
it always
actually
feels
feel
like
like
that.
that every day though?
It does. Yeah.
Like there's no day where you're just like, I feel a bit.
Only when I don't get enough sleep. It's
Only
all
when
systemized.
you.
Like
right.
I love what I do, so I keep going and I keep grinding away at
Yeah.
what I do.
But this guy's mentality is just like literally Mamba like mentality. Like that's it. Like the amount of like it's like there's just you've built up a strong like mental that because I think it probably goes back to discipline in your habits. You've just been doing it for so long that not doing it feels weird.
Yeah.
But to everyone else, it's like 5 a.m.
Yeah, they think I'm crazy,
It's-
but like,
right, that's what I mean. Like,
not crazy.
It's not crazy. You're
How
just
long
used
have
to
you
it.
been doing that for?
Doing what exactly?
Waking up, that routine's already set. So how long has it been?
Kind of in the entrepreneurial space, like 3 years.
So
Yeah,
wow.
but before
Nice.
that, before all the whole entrepreneurial thing, I was kind of like lost. So I was kind of like going out to the clubs. Like I wasn't always like this.
Oh yeah, no.
Please
Yeah.
explain.
Yeah.
Let's
I was
go
al-
down
I was,
that.
I was always going to the clubs and like, but at the time, my obsession was meeting people.
Okay.
So
Right, getting
I
out
kind of
there.
have like I kind of
Getting out there.
yeah,
Like
so I
getting
had
out of your comfort zone.
I kind of have an obsessive personality. If I want to get better at something, I'm gonna go wholeheartedly. So
Yeah.
before entrepreneurship, I kind of wanted. I went out like 4 times a week, just to
Jeez.
try to like I would go out by myself
Yeah.
just to try and get over my social anxiety and talk to people.
Oh, good on you, bro.
Yeah,
I
but-
mean, fuck.
Yeah.
That's what it takes.
So wait, you say going out? We're not talking about like just the clubs, or we're talking about like just.
Oh
the
no,
clubs?
the clubs. Thursday would be Ivy with,
Okay.
with all the backpackers.
Ah.
Friday I'd be back at it again. Saturday back at it again, and Sunday Marco Polo. That was my schedule for a good 2 years.
And you purposely did that,
2 years.
or was it unintentional?
Purposely, but I would. At the end of the day, I was seeking something that I always had all along, and it was just self-love. Like I just wanted to be accepted.
Oh, okay. I get it.
It's kind of like like Casey Xander talks all the time. Like
Yeah.
like
What does he say?
how to put it in like PG terms.
PG terms. We're not PG, bro. By
like
the way.
like a guy will chase women for so long, but it's like at the end of the day, like why? Like why do you want to be with so many people? It's because what? There's an underlying issue sometimes.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Because you don't like yourself, you don't love yourself.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Okay. Yep. 100%. And that guy, I'll plug his shit. Casey Xander. Like he's taught me a lot just off the back of reading. You know, Way of the Superior Man.
Mm-hmm.
Like just being on that shit and just really embracing and taking ownership of your masculinity. Like it's super important for the relationship, bro. Because she'll for whatever reason over time, if you're not if there's no polarity, she's just gonna see that you're not the ideal that she actually wanted to be with. Like, and you want to be that ideal. You always want to be working on yourself, you know, physically, you know, taking care of yourself, you know, health wise and all that. Like you want to be all that for her, for the family, because you're gonna be like the dad, right? Yeah. And you want to have the framework and all that there.
So to answer your question, I've never always been like that, but I've kind of had like the framework set.
Yeah. Like, so that was lesson number 1. What was lesson number 2, bro? Because we're talking about lessons, the takeaways.
What was my lesson number 1 again? Oh, wait, do what you love.
Yeah.
Lesson number 2. Google's your best friend.
Nice.
Always be curious.
Yeah, bro. Okay, good one. That never would have.
Always be curious.
Always be curious. Google's your fucking search engine.
Education doesn't this ties into lesson. Education doesn't stop when you put on a university hat.
Bro, I think that was one of the first things that resonated with me the most. Like, it doesn't stop after you graduate.
People put on the hat and they're like, I don't have to study anymore. But like life is an eternal quest to learn.
It doesn't stop. Like, don't do that to yourself.
To, like, not read anymore. But that's because like the university system is like the books, the 800-page books put in front of you. You put like a negative annotation to it, so you don't want to read anymore.
Yeah.
Even go back to primary school, like you're reading stuff you don't even want to read.
Exactly.
Right?
But I totally get you. Further to the whole graduating, and you get the certificate, you wear the hat and everything, and you go through that whole ceremony, and you feel like
that's the high for them.
That's the high for them, and they feel like they're a finished, polished product, but they're fucking not.
And then the only goal they have left is, I don't know, get a kid or something.
Yeah. Oh god. Yeah.
No. Save up for a mortgage. Together. Oh.
Yeah. Oh, bro. Perfect timing, man. I wanted to ask you this question, the one that I was telling you about earlier that I thought about in the car. I almost forgot about it. Yeah. Fucking hell. But what's your thoughts? Like, obviously, you know, to get to where you want to go. If anyone wants to get to wherever they want to go, you obviously need help. And a lot of people these days feel like they have to fucking be that one man, do it like Zuckerberg and do it himself. Like just I'm a one man band. I did it myself. Like I carried the whole way. Like it's bullshit because like for me, I know like I like to leverage my relationships with people, leverage like the people that I work with, you know, for help. Cause like you don't know everything and everyone wants to kind of be self-taught and everything and just be stubborn like that. But like, bro, if there's an easier way to accelerate that, like you should be using your network and not just be dumb and just feel like you should do it yourself, bro. Well, does that resonate with you? Like,
yeah, I'm guilty of being kind of like a solopreneur all the time.
Yeah, really?
Like, yeah.
I thought you always like fucking.
I've kind of recently gotten into networking more,
right?
Like even like meeting up with you,
right?
But beforehand, I was just like lock myself in my room and see how much money I can make.
Oh, but
I can only take you so far.
Yeah, no. I mean, I get it. Like a lot of people, like it might work for you, but I'm just like in my head. And I'm not bashing on people that do it themselves because I know it works. Like there's people that it works,
it's
right?
Rare instances.
It's rare instances, but I'm like, if you have relationships with people and you know, like let's say you need something like legal and you know someone legal, but you want to figure out legal yourself. I'm like, exactly. What you do? Just ask your mate that does legal. Why are you being a dumb? Like, why are you being stubborn for? Yeah. It's just little stuff like that. I'm like, I hope like people listening like get something out of this because I'm just like, if you have mates that are doing something that you need. Just offer value in return, and you know you can pick their brain for a bit.
Don't expect it for free, guys. By the way,
yeah, don't expect shit for free as well.
Like do something in return.
If you want to network with someone, give them value first before you meet up with them.
Exactly.
But I had to this guy like, bro, I was literally I'd do anything to pick this guy's brain. That's why I was like, I think I bought him a coffee or something like that, and I made the effort to meet him, and I'll do that with anyone that I want to fucking sit down with because like I have to make the sacrifice up front, and they need to see that I want they're taking time out of their day to see me. Like,
Exactly.
like, you know what I mean? It's just super important. I feel like that just with anything as well. Like, yeah, don't expect anything for free. Like Gary V, like you're not worth shit.
Yeah.
Like, just stop thinking you're all that you're not,
Mhm.
and just be humble and shit, and just give value and be positive and all that. Like, it's so important. But yeah, don't expect anything for free. That's the biggest bullshit, like,
100.
misconception. But yeah, I wanted to touch on that because a lot of people, try to do it themselves, and I feel like they're really not making the most out of their relationships as well.
What do you mean by doing it themselves? Just like trying to build a business by themselves?
No,
Just-
just
I
what?
already know what you're gonna say.
What am I
So
gonna say?
basically, when to do it yourself, right? You're gonna have like a business. Say, for example, I'm a PT,
Mhm.
right? And it'll be like, okay, I'm gonna be like running my own PT business, and I'm gonna do like the accounting. I'm gonna do the admin. I'm gonna, service the clients. I'm going to do the marketing. I'm gonna do literally everything under the sun. Instead of just leveraging it out and
Yeah.
like asking, within your network, oh, can you like help me out with my, accounting or marketing, that type of thing. That's what I think what Jono is trying to say is.
Right.
Yeah, no, totally. Like, for me as well, like, if I was gonna do this whole podcast thing myself, I knew I wouldn't have got it done because I'm like, I don't know how to do social. I'm not gonna do it until I know social. And then when she kind of helped put it together for everyone listening now, like, we like a lot of it's because of Ali. Like, I'm not gonna say that I did anything really. I'm just here talking. She's actually
He
doing
bought the
everything
equipment.
else.
I'll give him that.
Okay, fine. But like, I would like, because she's championing a lot of the social media and the editing as well. Like, that's something I don't have to do, and I'm okay with that. Like, if I had to do it myself, I probably wouldn't have a podcast right now because I never wanted to do it. But we're kind of sharing the load, and it's utilizing your relationship, right? Because I could have just done it myself and been stubborn and like, Ali, no, I'm not gonna do it with you.
Could have probably done it, but you'd probably run yourself to the ground.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly right. And we're sharing the load, and we can always like go back and like we share ideas and shit. We're always like brainstorming and all that type of thing. So
Anyone that's really good at GarageBand or iMovie, please hit us up, and I'm sure we
more
can work
Ali,
something out.
yeah.
You guys
I need
working on
help.
like an audio brand or something?
Sorry.
You guys working on like a sonic brand, like a before every video Gary Vee has like. Is that what you're trying to work on?
I'm just trying to figure out how to
no,
be
we're
more
just-
efficient
yeah.
with editing because
Okay,
I'm
yeah.
so bad at it.
Oh yeah, babe, it's a process. But yeah, like to get into like the rest of the questions here, we're going like heaps over, but it's all good.
What's the time?
It feels like it's been 10 minutes.
Yeah, I know.
No.
It's been an hour and a half, bro.
Oh,
Okay, this one's probably going to be really hard to answer. But what's one piece of philosophy that resonates with you the most? Like one thing, if it's the one thing,
that's tough.
like one thing that you can like, oh yeah, this is me and this is what I stand for.
Outwork everyone.
Whoa,
That top of my
what a
head.
guy!
Yeah.
What a guy!
I was
Outwork
thinking about
everyone.
this today. Outwork everyone, and then find out who you want to be.
Yeah.
Find out the people that already have it. Spy on them.
Yep.
Figure out their habits, and then make sure you outwork them. Like just recently, I overheard Michael Lane. He does like 2 hours of during Michael Lane, my boss.
Yeah, boss.
During his journey, he did 2 hours of personal development day. And my immediate
day?
thought, yeah.
Nice.
And my immediate thought is I'm gonna do fucking 3.
Oh right, okay, yeah, okay, I totally get. Is that like a Kobe Bryant thing?
Yeah, a little bit. It's ingrained in who I am.
Yeah, yeah.
But it makes sense. Like if you're putting in the hours, then the output and results will come.
Man, totally. So it's a mixture of Kobe and I don't know if it's a guy thing, but we always have that innate, like it's like competition.
Yeah.
Like we always just want to do well, right?
But even if you outwork me, then it makes my level rise. And then at the same time, we're sharpening each other's swords.
This is what I mean. Like this is like the perfect back and forth of like actual like, guys that are full self-aware. Like, because like I didn't know how much it actually impacts me. Just from the outside looking in, I'm thinking now. It's like what you've been saying and what you've been doing. It's like, okay, outwork everyone, and I'm like, okay, cool, I get it now. That's exactly what I'm gonna do now. Even though it's ingrained, you validated that. You just confirmed it.
Yeah.
right? And then I'm like, okay, cool. I know I'm on the right track now because everyone else is talking about it, but not a lot of people talk about it. Not a lot of people try to talk about, and it's not about one-upping each other. It's not about. It's like
kind of making each other better.
Exactly. Like fucking. That's right, bro. Fucking oath.
We're just trying to get to the promised land.
Exactly, bro. And that's exactly how we do it, man. But as far as but that's a pretty good piece of philosophy, by the way. Oh, good one, bro. What's your why? And I think you touched on it earlier, but I'm not too sure.
Ooh,
Oh, sorry, babe.
Yeah, what's your why?
Can you? Sorry.
Yeah, what's your
I'll
why?
let you lead from now on, babe. Sorry.
I should know this off the top of my heart because it's like my North Star, but it's kind of like, yeah, I have to really think about it. But I've been working on it because you have to look at your goals all the time, right?
Yeah.
So I should know off the beat of my heart. But off the top of my head, being great, climbing the mountain, and then helping people climb the mountain as well. On the way, on their journey.
Yeah, totally, man. Like what? And obviously, I would say it hasn't always been that way. Like it's sort of like now you got into that point where that's your actual why, and everything else just kind of follows that. Because like for me, it's always been like it's pretty much the same because we have very similar goals, and probably a lot of guys have similar goals. Like
talking about goals, can you kind of elaborate on similar? What's similar?
Oh, okay, yeah. I was about to dive into that. So, being like who we are, like him and I, right? It's like go into a space, dominate the fuck out of it, and it'll help if you and your friends are in different spaces, and then you just leverage each other's knowledge, because like you know how to. Oh, what you want to know digital? Fucking come to me and him. If you want to know real estate, come to me. Like. I've done the legwork on that shit, and I can advise confidently in those spaces. Yeah. So, I like if you want to learn the easy way, come to me. Like I'm trying to. It's like marketing when the less clicks to convert, right? Like the whole process to clicks. It's like if it's less, then higher chance to convert. It's like the same thing. Like I'm trying to reduce the amount of mistakes and hardships that you go through. And if you come to me, it's like you don't have to go through that same thing that I went through. It's like I'm trying to make it easier for everyone. And that goes back to whole bringing everyone up. Like if I'm making it easier for you, leverage me and I'll help you fucking get there. Like, right? Like
it ties back into like everything. It ties back into like the whole even university thing. Like you're a master at your craft. So
100%.
People will come to you instead of going to a university professor who doesn't know anything.
100. But I hope that kind of answers your question. Yeah.
For the goals thing.
Yeah.
Good. And going back to the why, like at the end of the day, everyone wants to be, or not everyone, but to be financially free. And I think Nick talked about it in your podcast, like the 5 whys. So why do you want to be financially free? Did you guys talk about that? Like you keep going deep into the whys.
That's the funny thing.
Oh, that was her.
He just went straight away. He was like, I already know my why.
Oh yeah, he because he was pretty well prepared for the.
What was his why again?
I don't remember. I can't remember. That's so fucked up.
Well, if someone can't find their why, there's like a 5 whys exercise. So you say what you want. So at the surface level, it's like I want to be rich. Okay.
Yeah.
Why do you want to be rich? Because so I can be financially free. That's the second why. Why do you want to be financially free? So, okay, then it gets a little bit deeper. So I have time to do what I love. And then it's like, oh, what do you love? Like spending time with my family. And then it goes into the 4 whys. So you keeps digging deeper and deeper into like a really like core level. Like why do you want to spend time with your family? And then for me at the time it was like I want to spend time with them because they're always working. Like they're 9 to 5. So now that's why I want to be financially free. So now I feel like I got goosebumps because like
I never done that exercise before. That's sick.
So just keep asking yourself why.
Because she would always say that. I'm like, why? I just told you why. Why you keep asking why? I'm like, why are you still saying it? Like I answered your question. Why still the question? Like, but I didn't know that it was going to a deeper level. I'm just like, I answered you. Why?
Most people have a purpose, but
But
they have to see. You have to dig deeper behind. Like, I just want to be rich.
Yeah,
because that's not like that's not the actual thing they're after.
Yeah. Okay, that's very good.
In a profound level, it's like it's always been there.
Yeah, man. And this is the thing, and I'm not trying to take away anything from females out there, but I think,
what are you trying to say?
Innately, fuck off. I think innately, because God, like the fellas, they have that masculine energy, and they want to build like the whole like they want to make sure their family's like set and safe and all that.
We want a legacy.
Like legacy, and then they want to provide and protect. Like if you're not a fucking man, let's be honest, you're not a man if you can't do any of those. Like you're not really a man. Like you're just you're a joke, bro. And I'm not trying to have a go at cunts right now, but like if you want to be a fucking proper guy, you got to do all those things. And if you're like that guy with your mates, be that guy for your fucking lady, be that guy for your woman, right? You got to be that guy, be the guy.
Future woman.
Yeah, your future woman or your lady right now or whatever. But you know what I mean? Like it's really important. It's really gonna help you guys. And it'll help across other facets other than the relationship, like your career, how you look at like life and your family, and how all these relationships will just grow from there, right? But yeah, man, fuck, this is so good. This is so good. I love you guys.
Love you too.
I love you guys, and I'm telling you, I love you.
Are we going on to the...
Yeah, babe, like
views
keep us
left?
on track. I'm sorry, this is really going OT, but you know, fuck it.
Okay. So Jono was talking about like thoughts, like what are your thoughts on? So I'm going to give you a quote that a few of the viewers may potentially be thinking. I'm going to slightly change it to what I gave you on the prep questionnaire. Basically, it says, I hate my job and I want to start something I'm passionate in. Whatever they choose. But I don't know what to do. What are your thoughts on that?
It goes back to what I was one of the lessons. Google is your best friend. We live in the information era. Like anything you want is in your phone. Like
very true.
110%.
Like the stuff in your phone and the internet, like the kings would kill for back in like 50 years ago. Like you have all the answers right in front of you.
So
Just
much there.
stop being lazy.
Yeah.
Find the answers. Find someone who's done it before. Try and get in front of them, and then you're set.
Exactly.
100%. Execute. Just
do.
Like you don't have to do. Yeah, it doesn't have to be the right thing, right? You can attest to this.
I get people that ask me all the time, like, oh, I just want to start this e-commerce course, and then out of the goodwill of my heart, I give them a free course. Like I bought this course, and I give them a Google Drive.
What a guy! Yeah.
And then
good on you, bro.
And then they catch up to me later, and it's like, oh, what do you do? Like, can we catch up for coffee or blah blah blah? I'm like, bro, did you do the course that I gave you? He's like, nah. Just
Here we go. See what I mean, man?
Execute.
And you have to stand out to get this guy's time. Like he's a busy guy now, right? For his time, you have to like show that you're fucking putting in work. Like show it. Like you gotta, especially if you want other and don't take people's time for granted. Like that's what I mean. Like you have to show that value and be like if you really want it, can you show me first? If I'm gonna give you a course, can you fucking execute?
Yeah.
Like do right by me and execute. Like you're saying you want it, do you fucking want
like
it?
that's
right?
the course you bought,
Yeah, it's a course of what, and
it's not
teaches
cheap.
you like it's like an $800 econ course.
Exactly.
And when they give it for free, they don't value it. See what I mean?
Exactly.
They don't
value
fucking
there's
value
like
it.
science
Bro.
behind it, but still.
So dumb. Yeah, but yeah.
Did you learn from that lesson?
From what lesson?
From like that experience, sorry.
What experience?
Do you still give?
Did you still give stuff for free?
I still give stuff for free.
Yeah.
But it's kind of like a double-edged sword. Like people, like eventually I'm building brand, and then people will like pay for my course.
Oh yeah.
Like,
yeah.
Eventually they'll want to pay for my course. It's like I'm building brand. I'm getting value. You know.
Yeah, 100%.
Jab.
Yeah,
Right hook.
right hook. Yeah. Cool. Well, does that answer your question, babe?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Google's your
what
fucking.
we're gonna
Google is your best friend.
100%.
That's the answer.
And I'm your best friend too. I hope you're listening. I hope you're tuning into BlessedPod. We're all about chucking people on that are worthwhile, that I know that you guys will get the most out of. So hopefully you're enjoying this one. I love you all.
Okay,
so
keep
us on track, babe.
Earlier in the podcast, we talked about like feedback.
Feedback. Breakfast of Champions.
Exactly. And I'm gonna put in a mini segment called "Feedback is Uncomfortable," and I'm gonna show to the viewers or like the listeners that feedback is definitely uncomfortable. This is an uncomfortable thing for me. Asking RJ to do this if he's willing.
I'll even answer the question if it, just so we can both be uncomfortable. Yeah. How good is that?
Because I'm doing most of the social, so it's on me basically. That's
love being uncomfortable.
So, what are 3 strategies you would use to improve BlessedPod social media?
Oh, I thought it was a different question.
I like what you guys did. Cause see how I subtitled your video straight away? I just felt like I wanted to do it. So subtitles work. And then
was that you?
Yeah. Oh, for the first
that
one.
was him.
Oh,
yeah.
bro, good on you.
So shout out to him because he
Shout
actually
out.
sent me like a or sent the BlessedPod, what was it? Like the subtitle thing.
Yeah, subtitle video.
The
That's so good.
Video. I should
Appreciate that,
post
bro.
it.
Because I'm like,
It's
where
alright.
that? I'm like,
I want you guys to grow.
oh, thanks, man. Because I'm like,
So that was one.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
Okay.
So subtitle videos, post content at scale. So daily if you can.
Okay.
So
How
just-
many
Just
times?
random stuff. Like even one time a day, twice a day. Gary
there
talks
a
about like
time?
20 times a day.
Is there a time you should be?
You can check your analytics, like when.
What was it? We don't actually have enough followers yet.
All
to
right.
check.
It's alright, babe. Yeah, just yeah.
And you can go with the basic, like when people are on the way to work, 9 a.m.
That's what I've been
and
doing.
then 5 p.m. and then maybe a 7 p.m. and maybe
Yeah.
a 9 p.m. if you
Okay.
can. But then when it goes to content, you have to talk to your audience directly. But so
Okay.
going to the third lesson, have you defined who your audience is?
That's the thing I was trying to tell him, like
Oh,
to
fucking
treat it
hell.
like a business, but
You gotta
because
treat
you
it
know how
a
like the business.
Yeah, because if you're
Sorry.
too broad,
broad,
then
exactly.
you're not gonna attract people. into
Exactly.
it.
Yeah.
Like like-minded people is too broad.
For
You
sure.
gotta-
Exactly.
yeah,
So
I don't
that's what
fucking
I'm
know.
like trying to work
We
on.
should have a conversation.
Yeah, you should have that conversation. Is it people for the West that kind of like? Is it like?
Yeah,
I don't know. I just didn't
Exactly.
want to. I just didn't want to box in. I just didn't want to box
So this
a
is an
demographic
uncomfortable
in.
thing for him. Then there you go.
Well, I mean, I'm comfortable talking about it, but like, yeah, I'm just like, yeah, like I wouldn't say. I didn't want to just talk about business, and then I didn't want it to just to be for business people, and
Yeah.
then I didn't want it to be just a Western Sydney thing,
Yeah.
because it's not. And then I didn't want it to be just a channel that we talk about relationships,
Yeah.
like, you know what I mean? Like, I think it's beyond that. But then as far as like, but then as far as like who that is applicable to, it's fucking everyone, because we
Yeah.
talk about all those things.
Yeah.
But as like, if you really want to, really want to target, I mean, I don't have the questions. I think right now we're just executing. Like, that's all I want to do is just
It's good.
execute
You
and
executed before you even thought about it.
Yeah,
it's a
that's-
growing phase.
yeah. 100, all right, so
Yeah.
it's definitely something the conversation will have, and I appreciate the feedback because
Thank you.
she said me, and I'm like, okay, and then you're saying, and I'm like, okay, cool, bro, I'll take that on board.
I'll take
Yeah.
it on board.
But
Yeah.
no, but it's real though, because just thinking about it now, I'm like, it makes a lot of sense, but it was very important because you actually, bro, I don't know if you remember this, you're like, I'm like, bro, when I do something, it's always 110%. I don't half-ass shit.
Yeah.
And then you're like, well, you can go 50 kilometers an hour and you can still get something done, and you're still executing. And then I'm like, you said, that was you.
Yeah.
That was you. Do you remember?
It kind of sounds like something I'd say. Yeah.
Yeah, you said
It's something you said, because I remember he was like, "Okay, we'll buy the equipment," and he
Yeah.
bought the
I
equipment
think it
after
was
you
during. I
spoke
think it
to
was
you.
after the Starbucks. I think it was Starbucks. I said. I don't
No,
know.
bro, it was late. It was like before I got my job. So like October or
right.
September or something, because I every time like I'll be like, yeah, RJ told me this, RJ told me fucking that. I'll tell her.
And then I
RJ.
like hear your name so many times, like, who the heck is this RJ?
Yeah.
And then if I got to meet you, so yeah.
Yeah, no, but I when you said that, I'm like, all right, babe, I'm just gonna do. I didn't give a fuck about what's happening, because like, because I wanted the fucking production, I wanted the soundproof room and the fucking the huge table with the camera and the fucking, and I'm like, bro, this is if it's not gonna be like that, why start it? And then I'm like, fuck it, let's just do it, and here we are.
It's good. You took the leap. Now you got to build a parachute.
Yeah, true.
So now
See,
you got
that's
to
a
do
good
all
one.
the other stuff. To,
Now I gotta do all the other
market your
shit.
Podcast. Like
Yeah.
Building like defining the audience.
Yeah,
building the audience.
yeah. One thing I wanted to ask, has actually just popped up in my head, was have you read or listened to Outwitting the Devil?
I have.
Yeah, recently.
Yeah.
Recently.
No, not recently. But
recently.
I was thinking about listening to it recently. It's one of those like books that you gotta.
It's like a nice top up,
Yeah.
like for your mental.
Yeah.
Yeah. So a part of that book, and I listened to it. Sorry. It was like, the lion's share of the opportunity gets taken, for the person the person that goes first. Like, always go first. Like, be that person that goes first. Be the leader. Especially if you're a leader, no one's gonna listen to you if you're not doing as you say and all that type of shit.
Like that, yeah.
And for me, it was just like, okay, cool. I'm just gonna do and just lead, because, like it really affirmed it, because, well, I didn't think a lot of people would be showing the support that we're getting. Like, we're getting support, and we're getting people on, and people volunteering to come on.
Listening.
Thank you to everyone. Like, everyone's been fucking like I went out yesterday and everyone's talking about it. Everyone's been saying they listen to all three, like, full.
No way.
And I'm like,
That's like hours of it.
Yeah, I'm like,
That's awesome.
I'm in your ear for that long, and
Yeah.
you're okay with that?
Yeah.
Like, that's fucking crazy. I'm like actually grateful. Like, I knew I had that. Like, I'm capable to do something like this. I'm just like, yeah, but like, am I gonna do it? But and then I just fucking did it, and I'm doing it with her, and I think we're a pretty good dynamic. So, yeah, I mean, fuck, I don't even know where that came from, but yeah, what were we talking about?
Let's
babe?
talk about habits.
Sorry,
I just want to move on to that was
good on you,
good.
babe.
Talk about habits and like what you do. So you said you have a routine.
Mhm.
What does that routine look
I
like?
could probably spell it out from 5 a.m. to like 9 p.m.
Yeah,
So I wake up,
boom, let's go.
make sure I don't touch the snooze. Do not press snooze or I've lost the day. I could go on for ages.
Great
about
question,
this.
babe. Yeah, I'm really keen.
Do
Yeah,
not press snooze. As soon as I'm up, I meditate for about 10 minutes.
Yep.
I take my vitamins afterwards. I make my bed. And then what do I do after? I make sure I get like one high ROI task done
okay.
before I even go to work.
So it's like gym.
Oh, no. This
Oh.
is like a rant. Like I could be fulfilling an order or
Oh,
anything
right,
or
yep.
talking to my VAs.
Okay.
And then from there, gym before I head to work. Then I train to work. And while I'm training to work, I either listen to an audiobook, your podcast,
Hi, hey,
a
BlessedPod.
podcast, audiobook,
Yep.
or reading a book. And then from there, I got my SR work.
Yep.
And then even while I'm at SR work, like I have my AirPods on, I'm listening to like probably in a different kind of audiobook or it's the same audiobook. So I'm always
Boom, elaborate on that, bro, because that's actually something that I took away. And sorry to cut you off.
Yeah.
When you told me that little life hack, just have one AirPod in
It's
your
a
ear,
life hack, yeah.
and then you're just listening to like an audiobook or something
Yeah.
while you're doing, because like
Yeah.
it's happening in the background,
Yeah.
and and I'm like, bro, that's a fucking that's so genius, bro.
Yeah.
I'm like, what the like I thought a life hack is having your AirPods on the train on the way to work, and you're listening to something valuable,
Yeah.
and then you stepped it up by listening to something at work with the one AirPod in. I'm like, bro, this guy just keeps fucking taking it to the next level, bro. Fuck. But yeah, that's really important.
Yeah, so while
cool.
I'm working, I listen to a podcast, or if I turn it off if I need to get into real deep work.
Oh, yep.
Mm-hmm.
And then go home. I don't even take breaks at work. Like, yeah.
Look
So
at
you don't
the
eat?
Oh, I eat at my desk. It's kind of like my overachiever personality. So
fucking what a
So
guy,
you
bro.
eat at your desk while you're working? Like
Yeah.
you're not.
I don't.
Okay.
And if I do need to take a break, then I'll just go for a 5-minute walk,
Mm.
and then on the way home,
Guy, bro. I love this guy.
listen to more content. It could be a double-edged sword. Maybe I'm intaking too much content.
I mean, I don't
There's
know,
like
bro.
caveat, yeah,
Yeah,
for sure.
I have this conversation with myself all the time. Like, should I just like silence myself and like slow down? Who knows?
I don't know, man. I feel like I mean, everyone has
Yeah.
their own method and
Yeah.
like processes and stuff
Yeah.
like that. It's working for you, so
I think so
fuck.
long as you're executing, you're
Yeah.
fine. Like you're
Yeah,
not just
100%.
taking.
Yeah,
Like it was like
you're not just
Simeon's
listening
episode. You're just
about-
listening,
yeah.
and
Yeah.
you're not doing anything. So yeah.
And then when I'm
then-
home by at least 7:30. I eat from 7:30 to 7:50, and then from there it's like money time until I sleep, like side hustle time.
yeah, right.
Yeah.
Is there any like ritual before you sleep, or you just kind of just sleep?
No phone before maybe 20 minutes before bed. That's probably it. Yeah.
You sleep early. You guys sleep early.
Yeah.
man.
Yeah, trying
Good on
to.
Ooh, I wear. This is like a life hack.
Go.
What do you call it? The glasses that block Blu-ray that helps you sleep.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
I
I
put
do
those-
that. I
put
have the
those as
filter
soon as I
on
get home from
laptop.
work.
Yeah, it's helpful.
Then I protect my sleep. Like,
Do you have it on your phone the whole day as well?
What's that?
Like
Oh,
the
no, I
blue
don't.
light
I know you
filter?
do, don't you?
Yeah, I do. I'm a
Yeah,
fucking
yeah,
weirdo.
yeah.
Yeah, I always have it all
It
the
just
time.
looks weird to me.
It does
I-
look weird.
Yeah.
I'm used to it now because
Yeah,
I
you
see.
get used to-
Yeah, I see her use it, and I'm like, you should have the filter on. Like,
I'm like, no.
turn it on, and I'll turn it on for her, and then she turns it off. I'm like, do you want to keep your eyes? Like, surely you love your eyes and you want to keep them. Like,
Yeah,
you
maybe
should use
not
it.
as
But
is,
look,
so.
that's neither here nor there.
And then from there, I protect my sleep like it's my baby. Like,
Oh yeah, but you know that throughout the day, you've just fucking got shit done. That when it's time to sleep,
it's time to sleep. Yeah.
yeah, like it's time to sleep. Like you're
You
not.
switch off quickly.
What do you mean?
Like, for example, like you're lying in bed and you're not thinking about like everything.
Oh, this is.
else.
Oh, yeah. This goes
Like,
back.
do you
Oh, I
switch
forgot
off?
it happened now. This goes back to like reflecting on the day and then
Okay.
journaling.
Oh.
Please
I write-
elaborate on that. Actually, for those who don't actually have you on the email thing,
Yeah.
definitely elaborate.
Oh yeah,
So
bro.
the
Plug your
night-
shit,
so
bro.
the night before,
Hmm.
I write down this task I need to get done for the next day,
Yeah.
and then I just repeat every
Yeah.
night the stuff I have to get done.
Yeah, it's a fucking habit, bro. It's
And then every morning,
day
the
in,
same
day out.
journal, I start off with writing something I'm grateful for, just to
Yeah.
start my day.
I got
off
that
right.
off this guy too. Yeah.
It's a great. Michael Lane says gratitude is like life's bulletproof vest.
Oh shit! There you go.
It
Gratitude,
is.
100%.
It's power. Gratitude is a power.
Yeah. Babe, was there anything else that you wanted to?
No, I'm really interested in like how his day goes.
How his day goes?
Yeah.
He's pretty much like, because this is documented now. Like this is gonna be like
Yeah.
forever. Like I mean, it's cool. I mean,
That's
I'm
some
gonna get some.
psychopath's gonna be like, I'm gonna work harder than him now.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Please do. Like we're all here
Yeah.
trying to,
Yeah.
better each other. Yeah, for sure, man.
Like I see leaks in my kind of, what do you call it, schedule like right now.
Yeah.
Like instead of being on the train reading, I could be executing. But the problem with that is when from Glenfield to Central, there's like a loss of internet connection, and I can't get work done. So I
Right.
have to do something, and it pisses me off. So I just read.
Right.
Yeah.
Wow.
So the only time I have to truly execute on my side hustle is in the morning, and then at night when I get home.
Very disciplined, man.
But if I could do it in the train, I could. But there's no internet.
But there's no
I have to
internet.
find a way. I was thinking about moving closer to work so I can get more work done.
But what's the
but
The family, like,
yeah,
Yeah.
of course.
I can't be away from like my mom and dad, especially
Yeah.
during their latter years.
Yeah.
I gotta
Yeah.
I
Are your
gotta-
parents even old?
like 60.
Yeah,
60,
same as my
70.
parents. Yeah.
My mom had cancer, so every day is like
Really?
a blessing, and she still smokes like idiot.
Oh, okay. I
Yeah.
think I remember you telling me
Yeah.
the whole smoking thing. Hence why I've cut down
So
significantly.
that's a big part of my why. Like
Yeah.
she's still
100%.
awake every day. So
Yeah.
might as well.
Is she like not like able to walk or anything like that?
No,
Or
no, she's fine.
She's
She's
cool.
100% fine.
Like-
But she's just like, it just feels like every day is a blessing. Like she's fine.
Of
Yeah,
course.
yeah,
100%, bro.
Yeah.
You almost got like a second chance at life there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fuck. We just had the Eliza last week.
Yeah, it was
That
nuts.
one
That
was
was crazy.
fucking full on, eh? But kudos to her. Like kudos to your mum too. I mean,
Yeah.
feel her parents the way they are. You have something happen to you like that, and you still kind of have that habit there.
Yeah.
Which is probably something I know you're probably frustrated about or whatever.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
I know my mum stopped smoking.
Yeah.
And she's like kind of frustrated that my dad still smokes.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's a thing. Maybe he'll get over it. I don't know. It's
And the way I see it, at her age, I'll be lucky to get a good 10 years, maybe even 5.
right.
And at that time, I'm like 25 to 30. So I'm thinking, I want her to meet my like grandchildren one day,
All right.
but I'm not set
There, yeah.
there yet. So I need to fast track that as much as possible. And
Okay.
and so
Yeah.
that gives you the goosebumps. So
Yeah,
that's a big
yeah.
part of my why. I have so many. It's
Yeah.
not like a big why, but that pulls me towards my goals.
I feel you,
every
bro.
day.
I feel
Like I
you.
want her to meet my grandchildren, but like I can't like knock up Cassie right now. We're just not set.
Yeah.
Be
Yeah.
proud of me.
Okay.
So now I'm this.
It's hitting me too, bro. Because
Yeah.
I'm feeling your fucking energy right now, and I'm like, because I'm thinking about me, because I think I have a understanding of my why, but when you go to that depth, I'm like, bro, mine's just like, just want this and that. But if I go hard enough, I think I'll have less days where I'm like, I don't feel like it,
Yeah.
or like, I can go out
Yeah.
or whatever like that. Like because I feel like I'm laser focused, but I know that I could be always optimizing, obviously, and always
Yeah.
more improving. Always improve, I guess. But I mean, like, like to your point, like having that why there is something. I mean, hopefully everyone, starts like thinking about
Use
their
that
why,
5 why thing.
the 5 why thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, like
It kinda
kudos
puts
to
me.
you.
It couldn't. That's why I like do so much. It puts me in a rush.
Yeah.
I shouldn't be in a rush, but like at the same time, I am in a rush.
But do you have those days where you have a day that you like kind of decompress or something? Like you kind of just like,
When I'm with Cassie,
yeah, okay, so
weekends.
that's the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
so I
Yeah.
kind of turn off, and then
You
I see
kind of
Cassie
just,
at like from Saturday 7 p.m. onwards, and then most from Sunday until like 6 p.m.
yeah,
So I have Saturday
That's
night with her,
awesome.
and then Sunday until 6.
yeah,
So that's where I just unwind.
perfect. That's like
Like-
pretty much a whole day.
So it's like
Yeah.
Sunday, kind of the off, like the rest day kind of thing.
Yeah. So I'm with Cassie, so we just rest. So yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Do you go to
That's fine.
church or anything like that?
Nah.
No, same, bro.
I believe in a higher power, but
Yeah.
I don't know. It's weird.
No, I get, bro, I'm on the same page
Yeah.
too. Like it is what it is. I'm probably gonna. It's one of those things that you might reconnect with down the line when
Yeah, I'm not
maybe.
shutting it off.
I'm not. Yeah, I definitely didn't close the door. Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
I
Like
definitely believe in a higher power.
Yeah,
and
100%.
it's involved in everything, but
Yeah.
also like
true.
yeah.
Was there anything else, babe? Because I know, like, I'm trying to keep this. You know, it's almost 2 hours now.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, this is not the end all be all. We'll probably have you again, man. It's always good to have people on again down the line, of course. But as far as like getting, I mean, I feel like a lot of people can take away a lot from today's one, bro. Like that's it.
I hope I gave enough.
Man, you gave plenty and more.
I was scared I wasn't gonna give enough a little bit.
No, man, you gave it all. I mean, the next steps would be. Do you have anything else, babe? Because it'll be plug his
just,
socials, and then
we'll
wait,
finish
you have
off
another
with
one?
2 questions.
Okay, babe.
So if you go back to the past, to your 18-year-old self, what would you tell yourself and why?
18-year-old self. You're enough already.
That's a good one.
Like, you stop seeking anything outside yourself. Like, you're enough as it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But can I just add something to that? Because I feel like that's something you'd tell your son.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I feel you. I felt that one.
That's another part of my why. Like, I want to build myself up so I'm not a loser by the time, like, I birth my child.
Yeah. Oh, bro. Yeah. I felt that as soon as you said it. I'm like, I see you have that. Oh, bro. Fuck. This is getting me in the feels, bro. Yeah. I know what you mean, bro. That's fucking spot on.
Like,
that's
you've
spot
got to
on.
be, like, the mother and the wife. I mean, sorry, the husband and the wife. You got to be set so they can look up to someone.
Yeah. 100.
Like, unfortunately, my parents aren't someone exactly to look up to because it's just the way they were.
Yeah.
But that's a big part of my why. I'd like to be someone to look up to.
Oh, 100%.
Just for my kids and everyone else.
Yeah.
Heavy. That you are enough, and find a mentor quick.
Oh,
that's a
boom.
good one.
Cool. Yeah, 100%.
They'll shortcut everything.
Yeah,
Sure.
100%, bro. Yeah, fucking oath.
Let's go talking about the future. Fast forward 10 years, where would you like to be with your mental and physical health?
Mental and physical health.
I mean, you look like you want to be, obviously, because I know you, bro. And you'll probably say the same thing. You want to look like a Greek god carved out of the stone, marble stone, and that.
It's part of the
right?
process.
Are you putting words in his
Yeah,
mouth?
well, if he says it, then I want to achieve it too, you know?
Like, if I had like a physical stature that was like godlike, then that'd be good.
Oh,
but it's just part of the process. And
yeah, for sure.
Gym for me is just like energy. Like, whenever I go to the gym in the morning, I feel like I can give the world. Like, I'm in the train like fucking smiling at people and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, it sets my day up to be good. Like, and fitness is like a given. You have to be fit.
Yeah.
Like, you can't be
Business athlete. I think I spoke about that with Nick.
Yeah.
Business athlete these days. For sure.
And plus, it prolongs your life and it gives you more energy in business.
Yeah. Oh, this is fucking no-brainer.
Yeah.
Almost.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And mental, I'd like to work on being present with people more.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
I'd like to kind of have that leadership role. So when I do step into a CEO role, I'd like to shake hands with my employees and kind of have a straight conversation with them, like, and get to know everyone instead of being like that kind of distant kind of business owner. Like, they call it like
100%.
what's his name? Not John Travolta. But anyway, there's a celebrity that's like present with everyone he meets.
Keanu Reeves?
Someone like that. And he just leaves an imprint on everyone that he meets. So
No, 100%,
that's just
man.
presence.
It's like humbling as well. It's like you're not above anyone else. It's
I'm not
like
above anyone else.
Yeah.
It's just I'm present with you.
Bro, that's a fucking good takeaway, bro.
That's a good one. Are you like working on that now? Like, is there?
Yeah, I am working on that
you
now.
have to,
But
like,
that part of that is like kind of like my introvert tendencies. So sometimes I kind of shy away from like human interaction and just talking to people. So I got to work. I'm still working on that.
Okay. That's good you're working on it. I'm talking about wealth and business in 10 years.
Money.
What would that look like?
Wealth and business in 10 years. Wealth, I don't have a number to it, but I'd like to be financially free. Every time I do a visualization exercise, all I want, and this will be a good callback, so for when it does happen, because I know it's going to happen.
It's going to fucking happen, bro.
I'd like to live by the water, have a piano that views the water, and a basketball court in the backyard. If that's all I have, if I have that, then I'm set.
Yeah.
Oh God,
that's all I want.
That's pretty.
And then run a business on the side, and what was it? Wealth and business. And business, just doing what I love, like serving people in a vehicle that gives value to people.
100%, 110%,
Like,
bro.
I'm not trying to be like I want to be a millionaire, but it's not the goal. I'm just trying to give value to the world.
Bro, it's that whole and I understand it more now than I ever did up to this point in my life. It's like I'm trying to fast track shit without having any skill.
Mm-hmm.
And now I'm like, no, bro, you need skill. Like
Yeah.
you need the value there. Like you have to have something
Yeah, for sure.
other people don't have.
Skills have utility.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, I'm trying to like, it's like get rich quick shit. And I'm like, nah, I can't do that. And now I've really focused in on like my job, and I'm sure you are as well. Like when you've locked in and you know what you're trying to do, it kind of makes everything else kind of falls in place.
Mm-hmm.
If you break it down, you just lock in on a skill that gives value to the world and then market it to people.
Boom.
That's all you want to do.
100%, bro.
And
Fuck.
Yeah.
Fuck, Ajay's so good.
Just dropping
So
everything.
insightful, man. He's so insightful. All right, man.
All right, 10 years, intimate relationship, obviously. But you'll also talk about like family.
Mm-hmm.
So do you see family, like kids in the picture in 10 years, or is that a bit more later?
How old am I now? I'm 25. Within 10 years, I'd like to have a kid. Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
How many?
Fuck yeah.
At that, I'll be 35. Maybe the first one will be at like 32, 31.
How many altogether? Not 10 years, but like just in general.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Like,
if it was up to me, I'd have like an army of boys. Like we'll be
Actually?
bro, that's exactly what I said.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I
and they're
said.
just like fighting each
Oh
other,
my
going
gosh.
to the like fucking like spotting each other in the gym. That's like that's awesome. To me.
Oh, bro, that's
Yeah.
fucking.
I just want an
fun.
army of guys. Like no offense. Like if I had a girl, I'd be blessed. But
Of course.
and girls are awesome.
Yeah,
but-
100%.
I think having a girl, I think is a blessing in a sense that like the relationship the girl has with their dad is different.
Oh yeah,
It's
yeah.
just
If
so
I had a girl,
different.
the relationship, I'd probably love her more than the guys.
Yeah.
But like I'd like an army of mays.
Yeah, yeah.
Amazing.
It's kind of like the legacy kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
That's so good.
And then obviously you'd want like the relationship with you will be married by then, you reckon?
35.
Or not?
I hope Cassie's not listening, but probably yeah.
As if she wouldn't be listening.
Yeah.
Hey girl.
No, there's no swerve in that one, bro.
Yeah.
I mean, to make you feel better.
Cat's out of the bag.
Yeah. Oh yeah, me too, bro. If there's any consolation, like of course I want to cuff that by then,
Yeah.
before then, whatever. I'm already doing
I
this
know it's a
fucking
hard thing to
podcast
talk
with her,
about.
so
Okay.
I'm
I
already
get it.
committed, kind of. But yeah, sorry, babe.
And then family, friends, relationships in 10 years. What
Family,
does that look like?
10 years, I just hope they're still around.
Yeah.
Of course.
Friends, just expand my network, but
Mm.
also
Mm.
like keep my core networking tight.
Yeah,
Mhm.
You guys, like,
For
I know
sure,
you'll
bro.
be
For
part of- I
sure.
know you guys will be part of the journey for a long run.
for
sure.
sure.
It'll be so cool having like this podcast and like in the same apartment I was just talking about with the piano. And
Oh
stuff.
hey,
Yeah.
that's us. That's
Telling
us. We'll
you
be
what.
neighbors.
Yeah,
Neighbors.
but yeah,
Yeah.
keep
Keep
a
And
really-
expand on us. Expand on
Yeah.
the fucking group, bro.
Yeah.
Expand the
Yeah,
circle, bro.
of
100%.
And then spiritually.
Spiritually, it's kind of not being like a priority.
Is that something you're still tackling with?
A little bit. I think eventually I'll find like myself closer to like whatever higher being there is,
Mm.
whether it be God or something. But
Okay.
it's just I
Yeah.
haven't really thought about it.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's fine.
all
And then
good.
happiness.
Wealth and happiness. What is it?
Just happiness. Happiness.
Like a goal in 10
Where do you
years?
want to be at?
that's
Yeah.
not- happiness isn't really a goal for me. It's like a default state. Like I'm always happy.
Yeah.
That's such a good answer,
That's
bro.
so good.
Like Tony,
Yeah.
Robbins,
Just
Tony
flipping
Robbins
this.
talks about it all the time. Like you can like people say I want to be happy, but why? Why do you need a reason to be happy? Like I'll be happy when I have a relationship. Like what does that mean?
Yeah.
But you can literally be happy like right now. Like and he talks about it with like with
Bro.
physiology. Like if you just smile right now, then you're telling your brain to like
Yeah,
smile.
yeah.
Everyone
yeah.
smile.
Yeah.
But it's so funny that you do
Now
that.
I feel kind of happy because I'm smiling.
But
And if
to-
you keep your like physiology straight,
Yeah,
you
yeah,
just
like-
feel good.
yeah.
It's like
you carry yourself a
happiness
lot
is
better.
like it's kind of science. You can just be happy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But and to further that, it's like a lot of people think like, oh, if I get that job, I'll be happy, or if I buy these shoes, I'll be happy, and I'm like, bro,
Basically, don't have a
Priorities.
reason for why you should be happy. I'll be happy when.
Yeah.
Don't say that. Just say I'm happy
Yeah,
now.
like with like Cassie, like I'm not happy because I'm with Cassie. Like I'm just happy in general.
Exactly.
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
within that happiness,
Yeah.
that abundance of joy, it just leaks. And like my cup is so full, I want to give to everyone.
Exactly.
bro, his analogy is so on point, bro. Oh my god, yeah, that's. I mean, I resonate with that heaps, bro. I fuck with that.
That's all my questions done. So.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, I've got no more questions. Is that? I mean, I guess that's it. I mean, but we'll definitely have you on again.
We'll do some rapid fire though.
Oh, we're rapid firing. We're gonna rapid fire. Wait, did you? Can I? Okay, yeah,
What?
good.
Can
Yeah,
you
all
what?
good. Yeah.
Can you what?
No, it's all good. It's all good.
All
Rapid
right.
fire.
Okay.
Is it the same ones or?
No, they're different.
Oh, beautiful.
I've
We're
changed
learning.
them.
We're learning, bro.
Always change it. Okay, so you have literally maybe like 3 seconds each one to answer just whatever comes to your head. We're going to start now. Facebook or Instagram?
Instagram,
Twitter or LinkedIn?
Twitter,
Reading or listening?
reading,
Introvert or extrovert?
introvert,
Morning or night?
morning,
Gold or silver?
gold,
Night out or night in?
night in,
Assertive or aggressive?
assertive,
Hard worker or smart worker?
both.
Okay. Active income or passive income?
Sorry, what was that?
Active income or passive income?
Passive income,
Squats or deadlifts?
deadlifts,
Hey.
Indoor or outdoor?
indoor,
Creative or logical?
logical.
This one's for the listeners. What piece of advice would you leave them with?
I think we talked about that before. Just do what you love, identify what that is, and go balls deep on it.
Perfect.
Boom. Go balls deep, ladies and gentlemen.
you-
Bro, before we let you go, did you want to add to that?
Yeah, if you can't find what you love, because it's kind of a general kind of advice, do what you love, find
Yeah.
what your passion. But just keep trying things, and then whatever you're curious about, and it goes back to the other thing, Google's your best friend. Keep trying things until eventually, like, you find something, oh, like, this is really cool.
Yeah.
I can monetize this. And then after that, it's just literally putting in the hours when you normally do Netflix or normally play
Yeah.
video games. You just plug in the hours that you normally waste time into, like, skill building. And from there, it's kind of easy.
100%, bro.
Exactly.
Habits, and execution. Bro, plug your shit because it's worth plugging.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm primarily on Instagram, so it's just
Everyone.
RJ28, but it's not the number, so it's TWOEIGHT.
Yep,
So
cool.
That's on Twitter and Instagram. Yeah.
Oh, sweet. All right. Well, hope everyone learned something from there.
Please message us what you guys take away from each
Yeah,
episode.
we like hearing. We like hearing
the feedback.
your feedback. I mean, we'll definitely have RJ on again. He's worth having around, and he's just that guy. Even I look up to him, and some people look up to me. So it's like, whoa, like it's one of those things. So yeah, man, I appreciate you coming and
Thank
taking
you for coming
your
as
time
well.
off. And this is actually 2 hours, so we won't chop it up. We'll keep it 2 hours. But yeah, man, I appreciate your time. I really do, bro. You're
appreciate your
really
time.
close. Like we're like brothers. And we help each other out. And I'm glad that, you know, more than us, more than what we share between each other, we just shared it with the people that are listening.
Mhm.
However many people listen to this, and whoever takes away whatever they take away from this. But yeah, man, I appreciate your time. That kind of wraps up episode 4. Yeah, appreciate everyone listening. Stay tuned. This one's gonna drop soon. And we've got a huge pipeline full of people coming up again. So yeah, stay tuned. I love you guys. That's it from us. Love you. Take care. See ya.
Bye.
Bye.